Hello and welcome to the Winter Arena Clash. I'm History Behind the Warrior, joined by none other than my brother-in-arms, Falcon.
How you doing, everyone? We are here with the first week of the playoffs for the Belong Arena Clash in the winter season. Now we have the final 8 teams who are going to be playing in the playoffs, which are essentially a single elimination bracket where now it's all about which teams come out on top because there are no losers. There's no losers bracket. So the teams that are making it through with every individual win per week are going to just rack themselves closer and closer towards that overall and inevitable finals. But if should we talk about the teams over here? Because
Absolutely. I mean, there are some fantastic players on each of the teams here. And I mean, on the topper bracket, we do have the London Lionhearts, who are understandably the favorites this season, as they did win the previous season.
Yep.
Then we have the Lakeside Leviathans, followed by the Spartans and the Saints.
And in the bottom half, we have the Tyneside Guardians, who we saw last time do incredible work, followed by Manchester Swarm. The Bristol Smugglers up against the Clyde Claymores as well. And now all of these teams are going to be playing each other this week. But the team that we're going to be, casting, the team that we're going to be commentating is Tyneside Guardians versus Manchester Swarm.
Whilst funny enough, we're on the topic of Manchester Swarm. We do have them on the left-hand side, consisting of Famata, Equinox, Dante Demons, and Co-NG.
And then on the side of Tyneside Guardians, you are sure familiar with them, we have the returning Cod Lena, Sean2 UK, Noogie, and Metal Queer Solid.
Yeah, I'm honestly, they're all in a do or die situation, and I'm so extremely excited for these matches because now, of course, we are thinning down the brackets. The teams are starting to, dwindle, and it's, as I mentioned, it's do or die, which means that we're going to get some extremely high-level gameplay, and I'm really excited to see what Manchester Swarm's going to do against Tyneside Guardians.
Yeah, now Manchester has some household FGC players, like the people who are heavily involved within the UK FGC, whereas Tyneside are maybe not as involved as Manchester have been with the amount of time that they have, but Tyneside have the added advantage of consistently playing each other all the time.
Exactly.
And the North is, they're actively playing Mortal Kombat, and they're leveling up with each other. And I honestly think that Tyneside right now have something to prove, don't they?
Yes, I mean, from the previous season, as
yeah,
you were just about to say it, funny enough, like
the previous season, like they just didn't really do as well as they would have liked. They didn't get as far as they would have liked. But now they've, in the group stages, they completely dominated their entire group. They came out of that flawlessly, and they're looking to take that momentum even further. And it looks like they're pretty hungry for the finals, but their enemy team is no slouch as well.
They're definitely contenders, but the thing is, the same thing can be said about Manchester Swarm. As you mentioned, they're made up of notable names, not just in the FGC as a whole, but the UK FGC. It's a tight unit where, there's not a lot of us, but the ones that are there are very, very good. So I am definitely extremely excited what we have in store for us tonight. And, I think we're also going to see a diverse amount of characters amongst them, because I don't think anyone actually plays the same character.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really glad that you touched on that, because when it comes to the characters now, I think a big key difference in I think the deciding factor, rather, is a better way to say it. The deciding factor of who is going to win tonight really depends on character familiarity. Because Tyneside play characters that are quite well represented. However, Manchester have Shao Kahn.
Yes.
Equinox being the Shao Kahn player, Thamada being the Frost player, and then obviously Cetrion being played by Dante Demons, a very strong character in general. We're going to kick things off with Carlina versus Thamada.
Yeah, funny enough, we were talking about Famata a second ago, and it will be Jax up against Frost now. Though I cannot entirely see the variation that Famata is picking. I do suspect it is the favored variation 3.
So Thamada, as I know, only plays variation 3 Frost. Because, I mean, let's be real, the Ice Augur is an incredibly good special move, very good use in the neutral, but right now Thamada is looking like he has all the momentum. Carlina
really
ducking
good.
on Wake Up, no fear, forcing the defensive bars out of Thamada.
Beautiful. But Famata's been very, very impressive with Carlina, really kind of forcing him into the corner, but in saying that, Carlina does have access to that incredible fatal blow.
Now both players do. That was meant to be a
what?
wake-up roll. It must have been.
There's certainly something. Wise
Pulls the
choice from
trigger.
Famata.
That's unsafe! The dive bomb on the way down is actually unsafe. I think Carlina tried to punish that, but the back forward 2 just not quite working out as intended.
A shame, but that could definitely be information for later. right now, Famata can definitely apply a lot of keep away game here. Ooh. Beautiful trade.
Now, those air bombs that Frost are doing are highs. So what Catalina's doing right now is actually
there it is.
She was winning the trade with the grenades into the bombs, but right now, I mean, because they have so much hit advantage, it's a lot harder to keep trading with them all the time, you know?
Good roll. Now, very good stuff there from Catalina to kind of just switch up things with the corner, but Famata definitely not out this yet. Oh, will we see the KB? Will we see it? He's got 2 bars. No, she's keeping him in the corner. Fatal blow.
Nice anti-air.
Standing one.
Drops
KB
follow-up.
commits. We'll go fatal blow, get the win.
Oh,
do we
doesn't
stop
get it in time.
Uh-oh, say that.
That's
fatal blow.
dead.
Beautiful. That's his. That was very tidy from Famata. Some issues a little bit here and there, but very, very tidy play on his part.
So I actually think that Catalina was just a little bit too hasty in some situations, but you know, there's no problem with that because it was really just about the reads. I think that Famata was playing his own pace.
Yeah.
It was as
Second
easy
round
as
was very
that.
evident.
Now, while Catalina was able to secure hits and get damage out there, there was just too much overall mid-screen pressure from Famata. The range in which he's playing was just kind of superior. You know, Jax is going to struggle with his normals against the range of Frost's back two. And Famata, you know, understanding that quite a lot, understanding when Catalina wants to approach, when Jax actually wants to play on the offensive, and then using jump backs into dive bombs, which honestly started racking up gradually as well.
No, it's very, very true. I mean, that back two is very quick, has great range. You can throw out the Augur as well if you want to kind of like frame trap your opponent, put them in a bit of an uncomfortable situation. But again, I think it was just a read from Famata. When Catalina ever like got frustrated, it was like, I need to jump out of this. Like, cool, I'll just dive bomb you.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe, as you said earlier, you know, it wasn't punished earlier on, so, you know, it may be a case of Catalina not being aware of how to punish that move.
Exactly, and then Famata, with that data in his mind, just uses that against Catalina as well.
Ooh,
down one spin,
stuff.
trying to do the cheeky stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, escape failed. So KB locked in right now. Chooses to cash out on it.
Now Frost has 2 crushing blows in both row directions. That is pretty dangerous.
Oh, very, very strong. Ooh, that was really, really good stuff. Of course, when she dives into the ground, the properties of that move do in fact change and alter.
Now, even though it is safe when it becomes a low, and Famata's using that range very well in mind you, when it's a low, it can be short hopped and full combo punished as well.
Beautiful stuff.
Gonna get the confirm with the Augur into the spin, gonna get the full screen knockdown, and then just gonna play the lane game, really. That's all you gotta do. But Catalina saying no to that, almost getting the full conversion.
Catalina has Fatal Blow as well, but we know how quick it is with Jax.
Oh,
the range! Oh
Max
my god!
Range up 3. Yeah, I think Catalina pressing the back 3 over there, probably trying to stuff a roll. But yeah, that was a very far-reaching up 3.
Now, Famata is playing extremely smart. It definitely seems like Catalina's unaware of the properties of that string, and it's definitely catching him here and there.
That is true.
Now, here's the thing. It's still very much so early days, so Catalina can afford to lose this. However, he definitely wants to tidy up and know what he's going to be approaching if he's coming back against Famata, because right now, I was about to say, it was damn near flawless.
Clipped on the overhead again, that up 3, just max range.
Again, look at this!
Doesn't manage
that's
to close the gap. Catalina looking on her last legs right now. And there's the low, gonna close it out. Famata, you know, understanding the range, I think is the most important thing with Frost's aerial Ice Quake, because the moment it stops becoming an overhead, the moment it's on the way down and it starts becoming a low, he's using it a lot like that because it is both safe and it's a low that has just been working. You know, the success rate of the Ice Quake has just been really good for him. I just think like the damage trade-off as well was quite a big thing because Frost is able to hit confirm into Augur quite easily, and then on block as well, the amplified Augur is safe, being only -6. But there is a flawless block gap in there that I don't really think Jax can explicitly, you know, exploit. I don't think he can do anything much over there except for maybe a flawless block up 3, but it's kind of a wasted 2 bars.
Yeah, are you willing to sacrifice it? I feel in a, you know, lost health situation, yes, absolutely, for sure, but I don't feel like there'd ever need to be a reason to do it.
Yeah, now the next match that we're going to have coming up as well is going to be Sean 2 UK on the side of Tyneside Guardians against Equinox on the side of the Manchester Swarm.
Interesting.
Which is going to be an interesting matchup for us because Sean 2 UK is, from what we saw last time, a Kung Lao player. Now, in the previous season, I know that Sean 2 UK was also playing Garrus. I'm unfamiliar with any other characters that, you know, they may or may not play, but Equinox, as we've seen, has just been the Shao Kahn.
Absolutely.
So, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to go straight into it. It is
No punish!
Lao versus Shao Kahn. And now that is something really important I wanted to talk about. I've played this matchup quite a lot with Foxy Grandpa, and you cannot punish the dive kick with 1-4 unless you time it correctly like that. Now, the best thing,
perfectly,
and for the least scale damage, is just to do the stand 4 straight to the shoulder. Equinox going to cash out damage.
Goes for the Dark Priest.
Yeah, ending it
no,
early.
doesn't get it.
Just one too many down ones, trying to get the annihilation.
No, he's fishing for it, and he's just not getting it.
Oh,
but saying
duck.
that, big damage. Equinox playing really clean right now. My goodness.
Papa Shao with 45% to kick things off. Equinox is going to take the first round.
What an intimidating showing from Equinox. Just really dominant for Shao Kahn. I wouldn't expect anything
Nice
less.
anti-air.
Oh, the standing one.
Now
Beautiful.
Shao Kahn standing one, arguably the best jab anti-air in the game. He does hit you with the handle of his hammer as well.
Oh.
Beautiful whip finish on the up 3 with the back
Amazing
2.
bait.
Bam. What's for breakfast?
Plus frames.
Plus frames, yep.
Goes for the grab. Sean 2 UK at the moment seems puzzled of what he needs to do, but honestly, this is the opening he could need. A lot of jabs being traded at the moment. A lot of respect being shown.
The duck.
Beautiful stuff. Equinox has been very good with realizing when, like,
Nice challenge.
he knew it. He knew that's not actually a thing.
Yeah, definitely. And not.
Oh my god!
The scum grab! You are not coming into the Emperor.
Wow, this is a completely
That's what I like to
Equinox
see.
from what we saw previously. Because I remember
Give me the skull and
before.
bones.
I remember before when he was playing against what was it, London Lionhearts, where he's a little bit flustered with like he's a very happy man right now.
I like seeing Shao Kahn, and I like seeing Shao Kahn on the windscreen. It's even better.
That was a very impressive showing from Equinox there, and it seemed like Sean 2 UK just didn't know what to do. It seemed like he froze up when he got just stuck in the corner up until he got the roll, but even then it just seemed like Equinox is like, you're gonna jump? Scum grab.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is just, you are
beautiful.
Not. This airspace is mine. But, it's, dude, the only way I can really envision that is kind of like that scene in iRobot where he reaches in through the windscreen or he breaks the windscreen. He's like, you are experiencing a car crash. That's basically what happened in that match, because Shao Kahn's quite an oppressive character, a character with very good pokes as well, and a lot of Equinox's gameplay. Equinox just cashed out on the damage, which is the really important part. Sean 2 UK taking a few risks, and you know, right there, Equinox. So Sean has done 2 really unsafe things in a row that have just been dialed in, but Equinox is just pulling the trigger a little too early and finds himself clipped by them. Oh, this is looking like it's all Sean right now.
Yeah,
though.
no, definitely. He's absolutely woken up at this point. Oh, knew that was going to be high. But, you know, you're up against Shao Kahn, man. You got to be very, very scary, especially when that Dark Priest is kicked in. Shoulder charge. Back one, 2-3.
Nice.
The annihilation. Smackdown. What's going to be? Being to wake up.
Oh, there
no.
it is. Beautiful punish with a 2-1 onto the dive kick.
Impatience definitely could hang him here.
Now, the unfortunate thing over there was he just didn't get the confirm on the down 4. So the advantage that he had in the corner to keep Sean over there just kind of went to waste. But, you know, right now, Equinox has his back in the corner, and Sean dialing in the spin again, just completely making the read that Equinox is going to try and challenge in those situations. And yeah, the escape failed. Really big.
Very, very scary, very, very strong aspect about Kung
Nice,
Lao's
down
game
2.
plan. Plus frames.
Into that beautiful 10-frame mid.
Charge. Dark Priest
He
locked in.
knew that Sean was going to mash over there. That is really good Shao Kahn awareness.
Oh, but, you know, Sean is well aware of what's happening here and is speaking very, very well.
Oh, try to challenge at the wrong time.
Annihilation Hammer is unfortunately gone, but it was dialed in. But both players slowly but surely coming down to Fatal Blow.
Oh, the duck! He's not going to spend it, and Sean doesn't have the breakaway. All he needed. Equinox making the read and tying things up 1-1.
Yeah, no, these have been some thrilling matches. All dive kick.
Are we going to see another? No, the meaty forward one, but doesn't get the confirm.
Beautiful. A lot of respect being shown at the moment from Equinox. It definitely seems like Sean has woken up this round in comparison to the first round. Oh, doesn't miss the grab.
Oh, the trade absolutely in favor of Equinox. 14% up hammer.
Terrible breakaway!
Oh, your
Wait,
defensive
does he
bar.
still have the KB? He does.
Yep.
Wise choice.
Now, the health is in favor of Sean, but he has no defensive bar. And Shao Kahn hits like a truck.
Yes.
Like a damn truck. And he's got Fatal Blow. You got to be careful.
Oh, was going for the overhead there. Forward one check.
If I were Equinox right now, I'd be looking to build that Dark Priest as fast as I can in any way that I can.
Oh,
but Sean only one hit away from taking
We'll go for
this.
T-Hat. He does, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the moment that Equinox decided to sit there and then hold block, that was done. because the trip was going to kill him.
I feel like Sean also woke up that round and started playing significantly better from what happened in the previous round. And I think Equinox, despite his very, very dominant, opening, he showed, I think, a bit too much respect for his own good, was getting hit by strings that...
Well, he actually wasn't showing enough. It's because, like, Sean was dialing in spin, amplified spin after block strings. There were strings being dialed in entirely, like the forward 2 and the 3-4, I think it is, with Kung Lao, where he does the horizontal hat and ends in the spinning hat that gets you the crushing blow on counter or punish. But that string is completely unsafe. It's full combo punishable. So Equinox got himself clipped by that twice in 2 games. Straight away because he was just too antsy to press buttons back. So I think that if Equinox actually does show more respect, Sean is making risky plays, and that's why it worked out for him in this game. But also that is working to Sean's favor because there is an adaptation element to this as well, right? Equinox has to play more patiently, but Sean can use that to his advantage by constantly throwing him more as well, by making him patient. By having already conditioned him from that second game by playing like essentially a quote-unquote maniac.
Oh, because shoulder charge. Beautiful.
It's all leveled thought.
Oh, plus frames.
Into the up hammer.
Beautiful stuff. Plus frames again. Goes for the grab.
Finding Sean's going to respect that +6, so Equinox is going to have a field day with it again.
Yeah.
Whiffs it right there.
Great delay.
Nice tech.
Great tech. Oh, so down 1. Down 4. Oh, shoulder charge. Oh, this is...
You cannot be nice. Ending it in the 2-3 when it was higher in the air. Getting the Dark Priest out.
Oh, cheeky stuff. Oh,
nice.
Commits to it.
There is. That was really smart from Equinox. So because he still had the Dark Priest buff, it's a 20% throw. You didn't need to do anything else or overcommit anything to punishing. You just needed to take what you could to close out the round.
Beautiful plus frames. Goes for 4-3-4. Goes for back to 4.
Nice tech.
Equinox definitely aware of what happened in the previous round. Was like, I ain't gonna take your grabs this time around, my friend. Oh, he was looking for a down 2 there.
And there's the forward 1 stagger. Gets the escape failed as well. Sean 2UK gonna sit on that with the reversal shoulder from mid-screen.
Shades of London Line Hots player video game Joe with that shoulder charge out the gate. Plus frames. And catches him.
Pressing buttons.
Yeah, I don't believe Sean knows about the properties of that, with it being plus. You cannot press a button after it.
There is +6 again. It's not going to kill, but it's going to be really close too. Sean in real bad trouble.
Ooh, down 1, down 4. Lost breath. 1 touch is needed. Oh, he bet it all on the dive kick. Are we going to see? Oh, no. Are we going to? No, what are we going to see? Equinox is one happy man. One happy man, but what a... Wow, I was not kidding about these matches right out the gate being really, really good, was I?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it does actually seem like there is a lot of what we were talking about before everyone started playing, and that is character and familiarity. I think that, like Sean had the right idea, but he was... Like, the offensive choices are just a bit too risky. Against a character like Shao Kahn, who's just going to eliminate your health bar, you kind of have to play a bit more cautious, kind of strip down the actual buttons that you're pressing, try not to throw out strings, like just dial in the strings, but rather throw out the single normals. But either way, I think Sean had the right idea. It just slipped him by in the last game, and then I assume that he's going to be smelling blood for the run back as well, or just to make up for this going into the next match as well when he has that later against Damada. But the next match, would you like to give us a little bit of a rundown?
Yes, it will be Dante Demons against Noogie. Now, Dante Demons is someone who I am very personally familiar with, and a... how do I say this? Scumbag Cetrion player. That sounds accurate.
The Cetrion, the elder god of annoying people.
But here's the thing. He plays her extremely well. He's always been very talented with LRS games, but it seems like Cetrion is really where he's managed to find his stride in this game, and he's very much so happy with upsetting everyone. Which means, you know what? You're doing things right. Doesn't mean I have to like you, though.
Now, so the matchup itself is weird. It's a very zone-orientated match. Because Noogie's a Sonya player, and right as things start, that wall just completely whiffed for Dante Demons. He also spent the bar on that. Noogie got the clean jump over.
Yeah, that's was it one offense meter gone, both defenses meter gone against Sonya Blade, and you're put in a corner.
Yeah, this is bad. No, because Dante's in the guessing
This is gonna be a wash. It will be a wash. Oh, he lost the corner, but...
Yeah, the ass open. But
that was a flawless!
That was a flawless right in the beginning against the Cetrion. Nugi is actually doing work. He's doing work.
Nugi has taken Dante Demon's energy and is now upsetting him with it. But in saying that, this is the distance that Dante needs to play in order to, really keep Nugi out. But in saying that, you need to get out that corner.
Nice read on the range of the geyser there from Dante Demons. Now, so Nugi actually isn't an energy ring heavy Sonya player. Nugi likes the mix-ups. Nugi likes the damage, the combos, just being able to dish out the hurt, But Dante Demon is more of an orthodox fighting game player. Gonna be able to. He probably just doesn't want to find himself on the defensive. Being in the situation that you're in with Cetrion in the corner, not the best.
No, he doesn't go for the fatal blow. That could have 110% killed.
Yo, that intentional delay was like big brain. I could tell he was trying to get it.
It's still very close, but Dante Demon's able to clutch it back.
Yeah, that advancing mid from Cetrion, the 402. Very good advancing normal. We're going to catch Nugi on the defensive, but we're going to go into the final round over here.
Again, it seems like Dante Demons definitely is woken up a little bit, but he chooses to remain in the corner and gets hit with a KB.
24% that max range on that neutral jump.
Man.
Drops the ass whooping.
Beautiful stuff. The wall, trying to keep some form of keep away and contest.
Now
at the moment. Now, if this was done earlier, definitely would be a bit more to his favor. But Dante Demons right now cannot really afford to have those trades and get splattered down into the ground.
Nugi's playing this perfectly, actually. Nugi's playing this exactly how he needed to.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just force the zoning because you have such a dominant health lead. And your projectiles are so fast that you can at least trade with Cetrion consistently, right? So Nugi understood that. Every time Cetrion tried to do something in retaliation or tried to use anything inner-kit to play that mid-range or the far range, Nugi was ready to throw energy rings in response and just take those just start chipping away at Dante Demons, leaving him in a state that he just can't fight back.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you have a life lead that far away and, you're playing against Cetrion, you have projectiles that can arguably contest with hers, as well as a lot of her on-screen presence.
Yeah.
You want that life lead, and you want those trades, honestly, because, I take an 8% trade, you take an 8% trade, but guess what? I'm 50% ahead of you.
Exactly, it's just about doing the math, the damage calculation. It's an effective way of playing, but Nugi really kind of blew out of just really burst out the gate, didn't he?
Yeah, no, the second he jumped over that wall, I mean, for Christ's sake, it was a flawless, and he didn't do anything, because he spent all his meter in the first 5 seconds!
Yeah, and he did it
again. Worked that time!
Adaptation, mate, adaptation. Catching Nugi with the geyser is Dante Demon's going to start ending with the geyser for the Oki over here.
Yeah, now Dante Demons, if he can keep it mid-screen, this is where he's going to be able to thrive, because the entire last round and set, it was all in Nugi's hands. He was like, I'm controlling the space. You can't do anything about it. And the one time that Dante did teleport was once. And it didn't work to his favor because he couldn't contest with the projectile trade. But saying that, definitely a different Cetrion we're seeing right now.
That wake-up stand switch obviously meant to be a wake-up roll. But Nugi finding himself caught with one too many things in neutral. I think there's just too much dashing going on. The raw geysers connecting. Probably needs to try and flawless block those boulders as well, but catching a really nice punish over there into another.
Yeah, but now Dante Demon's completely out of sticks of butter.
Oh, there's the punish! That was a big block on the geyser, unfortunately not connecting for Dante Demons.
Yeah, no, this could definitely go into Nugi's favor right now, because Dante Demons is lacking that defensive meter.
He didn't go for the proper punish. He didn't do the 1-1 into the vine grab, or the geyser. That is unsafe. Well, with a flawless block app, rather.
Oh, splats her out of it. Guess it's 50-50,
Unsafe
right? No punish!
No punish. He committed to it, but just mistimed it. And also, Nugi's punish was just a bit too minuscule on that. So both players seeming a little, a tiny bit flustered, but also a tiny bit of, the jitter of playing via network. Either way, I think that we're going to have to see probably a little more projectile war from Nugi, but right now it's looking a bit bleak for him because he's already lost almost 20% health.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Cetrion does thrive, and this is where Dante Demons needs to keep Nugi. But it's all about obtaining that space, and what we have surprisingly seen is Dante Demons show a lot of respect and not been applying that teleport in order to get out of situations that, are more so to Sonya's favor. Oh, there's a KB!
That is an optimal punish right there from Dante Demons, ending it in the standing 3. And really good adaptation as well from Dante. to just understand that Nugi is the kind of Sonya player that wants to just run into his face. So what's the best way to deal with that? Keep them away.
Yeah, I mean, it's now one apiece, and it's definitely worked. Dante has been able to adapt, but it's all about maintaining it and seeing whether Nugi has a proper answer to this, because he's playing Sonya. There's many different ways you can work around with Sonya, her projectile game, her keep away options, as well as the 50-50 options. But as we said with Nugi, he likes to go for those ring cancels to extend the combos to apply more damage.
Yeah, I think that like if Nugi were to get a health lead, playing the projectile trade game, or just kind of cutting down the overall amount of energy rings that you're throwing, but trying to make the ones that you are throw a lot more successful, is a really good way of going about this matchup, because it is an awkward one, right? Like, if you're the Sonya player, you don't want to be excessively throwing the energy rings all game, because then, I mean, the Cetrion player is just going to teleport on you.
Yes, well, onto Demon's route to get a certain keep away, and it seems like Nugi right now has not woken up. Here we go. Ooh, goes for the low. Goes for the low again, goes for the overhead this time. No punish this time, unfortunately.
Nugi definitely playing the early Sonya style of
keeping
just
it very
back
simple.
50-50s. And you know what? If it's working, right? Getting all of the defensive bar out of Dante Demons, but Dante gonna find a punish with the 1-1 into the geyser.
Definitely wants to put his opponent away, but unfortunately the breakaway still does exist. And Dante Demon just getting hit with every low there, unfortunately, and it racks up.
That was really good for Nugi, just taking small increments of damage when and where he could instead of overcommitting. Dante missing a few punishes as well, so that obviously being working out well for Nugi. But Nugi, just do this. Like, you just gotta zone, right? Keep the health lead, and then the drone is gonna eliminate the threat of Cetrion's her Hell's Wrath, the fire beam that she can fire out.
But at the moment, it just seems like this is all Nugi's game, and Dante Demons just doesn't have an answer right now. If you can start asserting that keep.
Nice, straight through the wall as well.
That was rough. And
the
Dante
overhead.
Just,
that is it.
You know what? That was a classic case of you, my friend, got Sonya'd. Just hit with every mix-up in the book.
Sonya.
Yep. At the Sonya, we did see it, and that's the thing that I was quite impressed with. Nugi isn't known to be a keep-away Sonya, and when he smelled blood, when Dante Demons, was scared to actually contest with it, he was like, I'll keep you there, I have the life lead, I'll keep throwing up projectiles, and guess what? I know that teleport's a thing. And second, you have that as in your mindset, you're baiting it out. You're wanting them to play in your hand.
Yeah, like, I think Nugi just had a really good understanding of what he needed to do to actually close out the game. But I mean, let's be real, like, Sonya's projectile is so fast, it's so good, that you can't really, like, Dante Demons just got too antsy with trying to answer back with full screen options of his own, and against Sonya's energy ring and the fact that she can fire out, two of them at the expenditure of one bar is just like, it's kind of hard to win those trades all the time. You have to play it a lot more patiently or be ready for it so you can just read it and teleport in with a 2-1-3 punish. But enough about that. The next match is going to be Thamada versus Sean2 UK, and Sean, as we saw earlier, just narrowly missing it. Really closely missing it, but Nugi, if anything, has just instated some kind of morale for the Tyneside Guardians. I think winning that set, especially against a character like Cetrion, is a huge morale boost, and if anything, that should be more of a positive forward progression for the rest of the team as well.
No, absolutely. Considering that Cetrion is a character that many people kind of have a problem with in this game as well, definitely winning that match definitely has benefited Tyneside Guardians. But ultimately, we'll have to see what happens there. That was so clean. I loved it. Right,
now, Thamada as well is absolutely no slouch. Acknowledging that Sean just doesn't have the meter to break away from this as well, so he's going to cash out the crushing blow.
3-1-5, beautiful stuff. Forward one check. Oh, he knew it!
That was a big whiff, but lacks the punish damage, unfortunately. Thamada dropping that one.
Beautiful flawless block, unfortunately to no avail. Oh, now that, of course, we've seen earlier isn't a thing, but you know what? Thamada's like, I'll show you something.
We're gonna see a down one spin.
Chip
Nope.
damage.
Gets caught by right at the end.
Thamada, you disgusting man, we're just throwing out these dive bombs and they're working, man.
I mean, at that range, why not, right? It's a safe low, and if they're going to constantly work, then you may as well just keep using them.
Oh, no punish, unfortunately.
Just couldn't get it like that. Missing the mark ever so slightly. Thamada with most of the control, even though he has a health deficit. I feel like Thamada's more in control of the neutral. Nice block.
Ooh, yeah, no, it was very good stuff. Oh, he's well aware of this, and it's working to his favor. If he can win 110%, keep applying those punishes, this will be
frames
very,
being
very
disrespected
quick
as
for
well.
Kamata. Well aware of the breakaway. Goes for the Beyblade. That one, the Beyblade, sure things. Take your turn.
Cheeky frame traps.
It's gonna be Z-Hat. No, commits to the low.
Flawless block
there's a
into the punish. The first time he's been punished today on the aerial ice quake.
A lot of respect. Down 3 into grab, of course. Kong Lao special. But now Famata does have access to Fatal Blow.
Down 3 check into the forward 1-3.
This could be a win.
Yeah, that was a clean confirm. That
Beautiful.
forward 2-1 into the spin to get the aerial, to get the extra height as well. Really good stuff from Sean to UK.
Ooh, those frost bone crunches. Ooh, they get to me. Oh, that's unfortunate. He spent a bar for that.
Oh, the breakaway! That's the part that really sucks.
That is unfortunate.
You gotta turn this into big damage, man.
Oh no! Here comes the punish. Push him back.
There you are.
Now,
wave dash in.
Being well aware.
Oh! No punish on the high. No punish on the high again. Sean really has to stop using the full strings because it is way too unreliable and usually unsafe with Kung Lao. -6.
Oh, beautiful jump for in the face.
Try to get the anti-air as well as Thamada.
Yes, it will be this time.
Nice.
Ooh, challenge it with a dive bomb. So Beyblade. Now one Beyblade. I mean, it's been working, man.
Yeah, and it has a very simple answer to it. Throw.
Definitely a YOLO last-ditch fatal blow, but Marta at the end of the day, I wouldn't say that was one-sided for the most part, because Sean really got things going in the second round, but Kamata showing his experience as a fighting game player and definitely challenging a lot of options, neutral ducking a lot of the right strings, but unfortunately wasn't that tight with his punishes.
Now, I think that when we talked about the fact that Tyneside did want to win, they wanted to make it into the finals. They have a lot to, make up for from the last season and stuff. They've got a lot of aspirations in this one. The same can also be said about Manchester Swarm. Every single team over here obviously wants to win. Everyone is fighting with that same mindset. Everyone's fighting with the same goal in mind. Now, Thamada being, I would say, the more experienced competitive player, is really showing just how much that really means in the grand scheme of things, because Thamada does look like he's just outplayed his opponents so far.
Yes.
It has just been straight outplaying them. He's making the right calls in a lot of situations and overall just kind of making it really frustrating to deal with. But Sean as well has a style of play that's quite erratic in nature and can also work to his advantage quite well, because despite the fact you could be a really orthodox or unorthodox player, there's certain play styles that are very overwhelming themselves to deal with, and I think Sean is that kind of player.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely starting to show here, and for Marta, definitely they're quite far down on life in here. And, Sean now respecting that, the spin into down one spin, and just decided to block it. Oh, commits to low.
And that is an unsafe string as well, or it can be neutral jumped right at the end for a full combo punish, or even short hopped.
But definitely, Sean's showing, definitely fighting back at this point. It was definitely more so in his favor, but as we saw earlier, Marta can definitely bring things back whenever he wishes. Oh, contest the dive bomb, the dive kick.
Now that is a really good adaptation. Just contest that aerial dive bomb that has been griefing you. You're Kung Lao. You can do that with a dive kick. Really good confirm as well.
Nice stuff from here, Sean.
Sean has made these one-game adaptations really quickly. I'm really impressed with this so far. The down 3 check and the back throw in the corner, really good stuff. Keeping up all of this pressure right now.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like Sean has been able to push Famata on the ropes.
Crossover 2, not really contestable. Ooh. Poked out of the amplified spin.
Jump 3, so incredibly strong.
The back throw, brutality? Yep. No.
Brutality keeps it clean.
Probably doesn't. I think if there was a brutal, what if it was just 2 BM? And then Thamada's like, all right, you're dead, kiddo.
But that was very, very quick and impressive adaptation from Sean right there.
Sean's done it. Like, the first time that we saw Sean play this evening, just managed to make the one-game adaptation and then completely dominated that second game. And then this time around, it was the same thing that happened. I think more so now, Sean's playing more of an aerial-based game as opposed to a ground game.
Because, I mean, that dive kick's beating out the dive bomb, and he's, if your opponent's also in the air, throw it out, because the only thing they can do is a dive bomb.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think that he's choosing the right moments to do that. But if anything, he has not really been punished on those strings that have either whiffed or that are punishable. You know, ones that end in like the low hat, which are neutral jump punishable. You have one like into Z hat on block, which is also full combo punishable. So I'd like to see a bit more character knowledge coming out of Tamada as well, and just start utilizing that.
Definitely. Oh, we go for the KB, and he does.
That was the perfect shimmy bait right there on the wake-up attack. Tamada gonna catch this one out for 332 damage.
Ooh, goes for the unblockable.
And a KB of his own. Sean2 UK with 2 bars of meter right here, and Tamada with the breakaway.
EX spin.
Now that was a really late breakaway. You've already taken 36% damage.
Yeah, and Famata completely out of offense and defense meter. Things get very scary when you do like that.
The air to air.
Air to air. Oh man, this could definitely be. Oh, Sean. Oh, you know
the delay into the low.
He thought, what's it? Grab was coming as well.
Yeah, definitely. Sean playing a bit of a mind game right there as well, just delaying the offense and making Famata respect him.
Yeah, but Famata definitely not out of this yet. So but surely pushing Sean to the corner. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, dive bomb this time wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Delaying it right there. Going for the amplified spin. Safe on block.
Goes for the grab. Definitely Famata's keeping things quite simple right now, and you know what? It's working. He's playing much like he was when they first started.
This is a very corner-orientated game right now, though.
Absolutely.
But Tamada has so much health in advantage right now. Sean has the corner position, but jumps himself into the corner. Not sure about that one, buddy. And yeah, that forward 4 is just, it's not a string, it's just a single normal. So anyone aware of what the forward 4 is will know that they can interrupt after it.
Of course, it's a gimmick. You know, when you see that, you want your opponent to freeze up, and you capitalize on it by jailing with the Z-Hat. Ooh, okay, very interesting. Dive hit, unfortunately, does not punish. Dive bomb. Beyblade.
Getting caught, probably pushing buttons through the spin right there, but Tamada gonna almost get the confirm.
Nah, Tamada's definitely, his spacing right now is what's really benefiting him.
Tamada is both hit confirming and block confirming these really good mids that Frost has to offer, and that is doing so much for him. I think he wants to end it with a brutal.
Do I blame him? Not really.
Hey! We get the corkscrew!
Beautiful stuff from Famata. Brownie points in your end, my friend. Wow.
I wish Frost's face was just an XD after that, because, I mean, what else would it be? Let's be real. It should just be one of those really tacky, really passive-aggressive XDs. But, that was sick.
That was
sick. Tamada, like...
fantastic. What a comeback as well.
I mean... that was just good Frost gameplay. That was... The block confirms and the hit confirms are too much.
I know.
Because it's so easy to confirm into Augur that you don't actually need to overextend any of your offense whatsoever. Like, Tamada was confident pressing back 1, 2, but then throwing out back 1, 2, 1 whenever he saw that Sean was blocking.
Yeah.
So just keep yourself completely safe, and then with the back 2 2s and everything, using the enhanced Augur just to keep himself safe in that regard too.
But now we will be coming up to the next match, which will be Equinox taking on Noogie. Now, as a Shao Kahn player yourself, you are well aware of this matchup, and
oh god,
how do you feel about it?
Okay, so even though I do play Shao Kahn for fun, I also don't play him because he's not fun. Because losing is not fun all the time. But I think this matchup is, for lack of a better word, beans. Like, not even good beans, just bad beans. Very bad. Very bad. It's like one of the worst things, in my opinion, that Mortal Kombat 11 players could experience if they play Shao Kahn, is playing the Sonya matchup. Because if Noogie decides to just play the projectile game, then, you know, that's it, kid. But Equinox is probably going to use the lack of familiarity on Noogie's side in his favor. That is twice now he's used the up hammer after block strings, and Noogie doesn't understand, or doesn't know rather, that the down two trade's always in your favor.
But, you know, as we've also mentioned with Tyneside Guardians, how familiar are they with Shao Kahn? There's very few Shao Kahns around these days.
Oh, yeah, Noogie does not know this matchup. He does not know the matchup.
Trying to press buttons out of close frames, and we're starting to see the cracks in their knowledge start to show.
Now, if you are Noogie, you don't want to be playing the matchup for the matchup. You don't want to be dealing with Shao Kahn being, like, you know, effectively guessing, because that's your job as someone that plays like Noogie playing Sonya Blade, right? You want to be making them guess. But right now, he's got Equinox in a series of throw loops and has a heck of a health advantage.
Ooh, anti-air button doesn't get the shoulder charge.
Just a bit too high, unfortunately, after that first jab. Could have fit in one more.
Lost frames. And again, the lack of respect here is what's really making
Oh,
you...
punishable!
Uh-oh.
Not a max damage punish for Noogie, but still manages to catch out.
Town.
You're dismissed.
Spends both offensive bars, but manages to close out the round. He
Yeah,
does have
right
himself in the
his
corner,
face. That one. Keeps the grab.
Yeah, but if I'm Noogie, I do not want Shao Kahn anywhere near me because there's no point trying to guess about his normals. There's no point trying to
tell the breakaway! Oh no!
That one's a tragic breakaway right there. This is going to be Equinox's round.
55% gone already.
Neutral jump.
Neutral jump. Oh, okay, this will be nice hefty damage, but still got a mountain to climb, and it's just going to be 50-50 City at this point.
Noogie's going to have to mix him real hard. That back one with punish.
It's working. It's working. But now Equinox does have access to Fatal Blow.
He's got the health lead. Zone him. Just zone him. You have nothing else to do, Noogie. Oh, beautiful connection on the low right there, reading the advancement.
Yeah,
And
no,
that-
Noogie.
What? I thought it was Equinox's round. One neutral jump.
Noogie's very happy about that one.
He copied him. He copied. That was revenge.
Yeah, of course. You know, you gotta. Who cares about actual wins in Mortal Kombat when you can have the moral victory?
I care about actual wins in Mortal Kombat.
Me too. But anyway, looks like the first round will be going to Noogie, who has honestly been like, I wouldn't say the life raft of the Guardians right now, but he's the only one on this side to like really score the big wins.
Yeah, I mean, Noogie's doing work. Noogie's currently the biggest threat on the Tyneside Guardians because Noogie has won both games, or rather has won the first set and has also won this game as well. But Noogie's like playstyle itself is quite hard to deal with. You know, it is still traditionally 50-50 orientated Sonya. It's Sonya you have to guess against when you're playing against her. No one really likes doing that. But one thing to consider is that if you play outside of the back one range, it's a lot harder for her to deal with. But yeah, Equinox really needs to force the character unfamiliarity out of Noogie, using a lot of plus frames, you know, mixing it up with the forward fours, the 4-4s,
right
just
under the ring.
everything in your arsenal, you know, throw out all the wacky strings, and Noogie's going to just try and disrespect that as much as possible, punishing the up 3 right there.
What Equinox really needs to start doing, and I've seen this a lot, and it's a shame that he hasn't been doing it, reinforce that down 2 whenever you see that Sonya jump in, because Shao Kahn's down 2 incredibly good.
I mean, you can jab it. You can jab everything if you're feeling confident. If you have the range for it, by all means. But yeah, you're right, like the down 2. Equinox needs to enforce more of down 2 as well oppressively against Noogie, because Noogie is so reliant on back 1.
You know, he definitely does. It can work absolutely in his favor.
Oh,
no!
that was
Just
a big
misses it! That was a big brain read, though, to be fair, but unfortunately to no avail.
I mean, that was lucky for Noogie. That back 3 is usually meant to stuff people jumping.
But here's where Equinox
That was a
doesn't
big
need
whiff.
to be. Throw the hammer up in the air.
Not getting the trade, but getting the flawless block.
Gets it low, unfortunately. Does not get the KB on it.
Has to watch out for the fatal.
Blow. Do not. Oh, beautiful range, but to nothing.
Drops the combo by pressing 2-1 instead of 2-3. Real unfortunate. Oh, I don't agree with that in the slightest. I don't agree with punishing a fatal blow with a fatal blow with that much health.
Kept it simple with a shoulder charge.
Shoulder charge. Like your Shao Kahn, the shoulder reversal should be the first thing that comes to your mind because it's 16 frames. I just think that Equinox wasted it against a character you need the long-ranged armor with.
Priest, confirm.
Because those of you that don't know, Shao Kahn's Fatal Blow hits you with the entire spear as well. Like, it's basically a half-screen anti-air.
Yeah, but I'm also saying that Equinox is just being hit. 50-50 City, you're going to see neutral jump. No, lot of respect being shown. And this has been all Noogie at the moment.
Gonna have to see how Equinox deals with this one.
Again, no down 2. Chooses to go for the roll instead, which is unfortunate. Now this could definitely work in his favor if he keeps opponent in the... Oh, what? That went right through his toes!
That was a Wolverine instant jump light overhead from Marvel 3. That was some weird stuff.
It can enforce those plus frames.
1-3-4 blocked.
Keeps
nice
things
grab.
quite simple. What Noogie now has access to Fatal Blow, and you know he's being rather angsty about throwing that out.
Fatal Blow!
No! Doesn't... That was an empty toss! That was an empty toss!
Oh, the overhead!
It all came down to the 50-50. I should have kept so simple. That got really ugly.
I have so... My blood pressure is spiking.
You know, the expression you've got right now is kind of priceless. It's just like very much so confused Sir, can I have more, please? But yes, no, that is Noogie taking over another win. Don't worry, we'll get more. We'll get more. But
It's just unfortunate to see a game really slip someone by like that. So basically, when Equinox threw up the up hammer, he didn't have enough health for the trade anyway.
not just that, he threw it and he didn't have it come down in the correctly. He's in it behind him.
It was out of the screen. It was off the stage. Everything, it was just asking Yugi to press buttons over there, but
Yeah.
he just respected it. And honestly, he still managed to close out the game. Nothing can be said, but that was a real, like, that was almost going to make me scream.
I feel
Like-
this absolute disgust and disdain in your voice right
Because
now.
up hammer is it's not a move you should ever let Shao Kahn get away with. Ever, ever, ever. It's always at a disadvantage unless you are like chip territory, ready to die. I think the only person using up hammer correctly is video games, yo.
Yeah, because he's willing to take the trade if you are below 10% health. Because you're like,
yeah.
you hit me. Guess what?
It's gonna
Trade's in
work.
the stack.
Yeah. But you know, like, so Caldina's gonna be able to come back on the side of the Guardians and get her next game in. But this is actually a pretty rough matchup. Like, this is not a good one. But, ooh, a little bit of wave dashing right there.
Oh,
Back forward to
baby.
crushing blow to start things off. I think Caldina is probably, you know, if she's playing Jax, probably pretty confident in the matchup anyway. Obviously, Jax having good mobility, good advancing buttons as well. But flawless blocking these boulders is something you're gonna want to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, Godlina playing a little bit too passive.
I think it's okay if you can open up Cetrion, right? If you can open up Dante Demons, then by all means go for it. That was a really nice
it's
whiff
starting to
punish.
show. Look at those arms, man.
Yep.
They are getting hot.
Those arms are getting heated.
There goes.
Overhead again. That's gonna
There
hurt.
it is. Dante Demons.
The overhead, the spacing. He tried to up to it.
No, Dante Demons definitely playing a little bit too passive to his own good. Was that a little bit of BM?
Yo, okay.
Was that a bit of BM?
I don't think it was. I think
that
it was
ground pound?
I think it was input error. No, no,
Okay.
ground pound is in force of nature.
Okay, my bad.
Whiffed Geyser, back forward 2 punish, just a little bit too late. But Dante Demons has us back in the corner.
Yes, but it seems like in every occasion with Dante Demons, he's trying to stubbornly stay in the corner to assert his defense, where instead he should be just getting right out of there and wanting to play to Cetrion's keep away tools. Uh-oh, will we see the KB? Will we see it? Oh, can we see it?
Oh,
there it is!
38%!
Oh.
You ain't
Beautiful
going
stuff.
nowhere. Caldina looks really, really comfortable in this matchup right now, playing this
Yeah.
offense.
Absolutely. Oh, they're saying that. Ooh,
That was a
good
really
KB.
good option from Dante Demons, the 2
You
and
know what?
3.
I respect that.
I
Keeping
respect
very
this too.
simple.
It's the least scaled version of the fatal blow combo you could get with the crushing blow, right? And as
That's
2
almost
moves,
half health.
yeah, exactly. That's almost 50% of your total life gone. Caldina still has a. Oh, if that was
it's
confirmed,
good.
that could have
the
been
up
bad.
three. Oh.
That could have been real bad.
I don't really understand why Dante Demons wanted to throw himself. He wasn't really in the corner. He had a full screen to work with. Maybe just
Yeah.
kept applying the keep away. That would have worked to his favor. But
I mean, I'm not sure about that. Jack's fatal blow.
that
If
is-
you even
Of
try,
course,
and
of
if
course.
if you mistimed any of that zoning, you were gonna get fatal blow.
I don't know,
But
man. That's
I
what a
think
video.
the crucial part was just Dante not I guess pre-rolling the back forward input or is it the forward back input for Geyser. I think that if you had perhaps buffered the Geyser input, the hit confirm on the 4-2-3 would have been a lot easier, and then would have actually won the game because by that point it was done. So throwing out the unsafe string as well, it was kind of just over at that point, but it's not entirely over.
Of
I
course.
think that Dante Demons has also shown adaptation, very good adaptation as well. But Kotlina just looks like really comfortable in the matchup in general. We'll just have to see how both players change things around.
Yeah, if Dante Demons can definitely assert some of that keep away, work to his favor. Colina's just like, no, I want to stay up in your face and really apply my own pressure. And if you can't deal with it, then sucks to be you, man.
No, that's real unfortunate. I know what that short hop punch was from Kotlina. That was meant to be the back forward too. And now, I like the decision of, just not moving in really. Like, she's just playing really patient, but full screen is not really the place you want to be doing that.
Especially against Cetrion, and, as good as Jax is at getting in some cases. If Dante Demons can keep applying the pressure and make you guess between Boulder and Geyser, you have a lot to worry about.
That is true. Now, Dante Demons with 1 round on the board for himself. Carlina with the back towards the wall. It's going to look pretty rough unless she can make it happen with the back throw. Good things to get things started, you know? Oh, almost getting the whiff punish.
That's twice. That's actually not worked out for Dante Demons.
I think Dante's reading like the jump in kick because it's a really good meaty option for Jax.
Ooh, catches the back roll.
The down one disrespect. Now that is a bit of a gimmick with Jax after -7 just pressing the down one, but it is quite a successful button to press after that string.
Oh, throwing out those boulders right now. Honestly, this is what Dante Demons needs to do. As quote-unquote lame as this might be, with the life difference and deficit, you absolutely must do this.
So what Carlina's doing is, Carlina can't quite get the flawless block. As you can see, when you block the boulder standard, it will knock you back far enough anyway.
Ooh, goes for the trade.
Right? Oh, Carlina was building Fatal Blow. Yo, that's really clever. That is really clever. I know exactly.
Oh my
God,
but
you
are
have to break
right.
I mean, getting caught by the geyser was really it. So Carlina was allowing herself to try and build Fatal Blow so that you could use a reversal straight through, and then with the heated arms, it would be a lot easier for you to build some momentum, because then it is a 50-50 between, you know, are you going to get command grabbed or are you going to get hit by a mid? Either of which would kill you with the crushing blow. But I mean, Dante had that match under control. Carlina playing it just a little too patiently. The boulders on blocked standard will knock you back full screen when you try and make an approach forwards, but flawless blocking it effectively eliminates like 95% of the pushback. But most importantly, when you block it normally, it jails you into Geyser, and I think Carlina was too respectful of that, because if Dante decided to stop throwing boulders and just throw a Geyser after one of them randomly, then he has a full screen conversion option, and he can combo you from full screen for like basically nothing, you know, just for you trying to move after blocking one thing that he threw. But I also think Carlina was doing something right in a sense that she wasn't jumping over the boulders. Because the moment that you jump, if he threw a straight, you don't want to take the chance that, you know, if he threw a straight boulder in that situation, that's another 32%. That's basically a raw fatal blow just for jumping. So Cetrion is quite a frustrating character, and I think that round kind of played out how we thought the matchup plays anyway. But I also think that both players are kind of in each other's head. Both players have each other's number. And if Carlina can play a closer game, Carlina has the upper hand. But if Dante can also keep Cod out, it's going to be a lot harder for him.
KB, we're going to see big damage here. Yes, we are. Corner carry, beautiful stuff. Ooh.
Both bars spent. The restand for 43%.
The restand. No, Dante Demons definitely is seemingly woken up and is definitely
now,
showing.
This is Jax. Jax can steal your health bar with Fatal Blow. Oh, just mistiming the jump.
Boulder.
Yeah, really important thing is going to be to try and flawless block those boulders.
Round 2, fight.
And also, Carlina maybe needing to establish the back forward 2 threat just a little bit more. Because right now, this is kind of... I think that Dante Demons is playing this correctly. If the opponent is going to be respecting your boulder tosses, you may as well keep doing them. But, you know, yeah, this is a very annoying playstyle to deal with if you are playing Jax.
Yeah, we're starting to see some form of frustration come out of Carlina, but now she's up in Dante Demon's face, and this could 110% change.
Oh, the whip punish!
Beautiful spacing.
Really good shimmy. And there's the grab.
Stacking.
This is what we need to see for Carlina.
Ooh, there it is.
This is how you build it all back.
Yep, 33. Fortunately, those arms are now unheated, but
there's the staggers. Dante respecting.
Yep. This is 110% possible right now.
This
110%
is anyone's. This is a double Luigi now, isn't it? This is anyone's. We got 1-1. This is the closest set we've had so far. It is 1-1 between the Manchester Swarm and the Tyneside Guardians. Dante Demons versus Carlina.
Ooh, flawless block, but to nothing right now.
And this is Carlina's redemption match as well, because she unfortunately did drop the first set, but definitely didn't look weak.
It's heating those arms again.
Oh, good block.
Ooh, goes for the grab.
Oh, the whiff!
Oh, the teleport out. Very wise stuff there.
Dante could have gotten a punish on that whiff back forward too, though.
At the moment.
Oh, that was so close to being disastrous. Oh, there it is! No, not like this. Dante tried to get the conversion, but missed it.
Going down to Fatal Blow, and we know that this could be very, very close.
Oh, there is that geyser.
Oh, what? What's happening?
2 boxes! Nether realm. All right, Carlina, what's your plan over here? Using the interactable.
Fatal Blows active once again. It's going to 110% be stolen. Oh,
still anyone's game. Oh my God!
What is this? Not the jumps!
Carlina!
I can't. My heart. Oh my God! What are we looking at? What? Falcon, where are you going? How do you live that fatal blow anyway? I can't. What are we looking at? What is this?
That was the most high-level match of Mortal Kombat 11 I've ever seen in my life.
Just
Eggs and spaghetti. Eggs and spaghetti. I actually had to get up to start walking away just to realize that I'm still wearing a headset and my wire is still attached. So to what?
What are we looking at? What? This is still the first set. We're not even the second round yet.
This is so. I'm actually parched. Like. Either way. The weather has been cold, so I thank you for boiling my blood a little.
And now the sets are even, with Tyneside to 3 and Manchester Swarm also to 3. So it's definitely coming down to the what we're looking at.
I have no idea, but we had a little interesting discussion on the way down here, and it was about these two teams. We thought that when these two teams play against each other, it's going to be a very close set, and we were not wrong about that. It has been so close. That last I can't even believe half of the stuff that happened over there. But the next match we have, Callum, the next match we have is Tamada, arguably the most comfortable and high-level player on the side of Swarm, against Noogie, the online Sonya. But Noogie's also the really calculated Raigo online Sonya, and that's why it's so cool to watch.
Oh, it looks like we're just jumping straight into it. And looks like we jumped right into the middle. And Martha definitely, I think both characters are tied currently with their health. A lot of spins.
So Frost is a very underrepresented character. I'm not sure how much experience Noogie has against Frost, especially against a high-level Frost. Whereas the reverse is very much guaranteed, like Tamada being a competitive player. You know the Sonya matchup, everyone's been playing Sonya since the beginning. There's so many players playing her.
Oh, the very much so YOLO fatal blow right there. Again, as we saw earlier, Famata showing his experience as a fighting game player, definitely shining right at the moment. Dive bomb.
And there is
go
the
for KB.
punish.
Yes, he does.
Cashing it out of mid-screen, then back one into the Augur. You can see the follow-up, back one spin, 313 damage, and the corner carry, and also lead in the numbers, lol. Oh, that's spin.
Tip of his toes. Beautiful
Nice air spare. Using the ass whipping to get the corner reposition.
Wake up.
Now, that Frost up 3 has been working wonders as well for Tamada. It's a really good ranged and safe wake-up option for Frost.
Yeah, but we are slowly but surely climbing down to lower expect. Great decision on Famata's part to get out the corner against Sonya. Of course, it's very, very scary, but that respect, you need to be aware of that fatal blow, man.
Yeah, those.
There
nice.
it is.
That's really good for. That is really good for Noogie though, because Tamada doesn't have the fatal blow.
Oh, the trade!
You shouldn't be doing anything here.
Double dive
roll energy rings. He doesn't have fatal blow.
I can't handle. My heart can't handle this.
There's so much scrambled gameplay going on, and you know what? We hate to see it, to love it, to hate to see it, and that is the best part. I don't even know what I just said. That's how confusing all of this stuff is to me right now. But okay. I need to break something down about the Frost matchup. Frost has a full screen reversal with her fatal blow. It scares people in the same way that people were scared of Aaron Black's fatal blow in the beginning of the game, where it was like blah, 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 and then boom, like 10 frame full screen reversal. You dead, kid. Frost almost has the same thing. She has a very fast. I can't exactly remember how fast it is on startup, but it is a high full screen projectile or a beam, but the thing is it can be low profiled by down 1s, down 3s, down 4s, or just ducking.
Here's the thing though, also if Famata is playing Frost, but the second he sees Noogie throw a projectile or sees it charge up, 110% use that beam because it will trade. It will trade in his favor.
And he's also dive bombing a lot, understanding that Noogie is playing such an exactly there that if you want to come in with the back one string and force a 50-50, I'm just gonna jump back dive bomb.
Yeah.
Or ice quake rather. I should be calling it.
Wake up free. Oh, good spacing at the moment from Famata. Definitely working to his favor. Oh, what a read!
Throw. Now, Thamada's really good at using the back two with Frost because he understands the max range of the back two very well. That when you force someone to block that max range back two, using the additional two is good for closing the gap on them, and then it's also good because it allows you to stagger.
Oh, gets clipped by the second shot. Famata at the moment put in the corner, does have access to Fatal Blow, but whether or not he decides to use it now.
No, I don't think he'll use it over here. That is going to be that.
Well, you know, if you put in the corner against Sonya, you've got to really guess right and pray that it works out.
Or just wake up down two if you know that the Sonya's going to come in with a back one. But Noogie using a lot of jumps to jail you into those mix-ups. So I think that's a really good workaround to avoid being down 2'd or just
Look at all these augers we're seeing at the moment.
Yeah, you know, using the auger to keep himself safe. Thamada really on the ball with that, but...
Oh, you cannot neutral that second shot.
I think this is the right kind of game plan you need as Noogie, because... But it's the load from the Ice Quake that's really catching the Tyneside Guardians as a whole off guard.
Goes for low this time. Definitely Noogie showing a lot of signs of life. And no punish, unfortunately.
Down 3 after the ass whipping on block. No fear whatsoever.
Oh, beautiful neutral jump. We're going to see down 1. Yeah, we are.
Now that is susceptible to being throw countered as well.
Oh, that Fatal Blow is locked in, and you know he's absolutely looking out.
Thamada's really clever. I think the...
Oh! Go for Beyblade.
Yeah.
He stole that back.
So Noogie's pressing too many buttons or trying to do something after the back 2-2 or these back ones, but not actually understanding that spin is a perfectly valid option out of him.
Oh, gets caught by the second shot.
So
however.
This is a very close game right now. I do think Noogie kind of has the advantage, but I think that... So, yeah, Thamada's playing very annoyingly for Noogie to deal with, I think. Playing in this way that is kind of just hard. So Noogie's taking any hits that he can get. Pokes, throws, energy rings, any little increments of damage that he can get, he's going to just cash out on. We saw this before against Dante Demons too.
Yes. I mean, it's definitely working out, and it's definitely stacking, you know. He's playing a very simple game, and it is working.
Oh, the air-to-air!
Very good.
That was a really good read.
Oh, good stuff from Noogie right then.
I'm really impressed with the Tyneside Guardians right now. Noogie as well, like, this dude has been...
Noogie has honestly been the shining star.
Now, I mean, okay, so from my knowledge, I didn't know Noogie prior to the Arena Clash in the first season, and I know that Noogie has been on quite the grind, mainly playing online ranked, playing Kombat League, essentially. But playing sets as well with local players such as Kodlina and just generally getting in a lot of practice and as much as they can do, it's showing. The comfortability of playing is really showing. Like the fact that he seems so confident, confirming almost anything, and then cashing out on damage when and where he can, understanding what kind of pokes he can use and where, and then, you know, options where he can throw you when he understands that you're going to start blocking the mix-ups. I think he's playing that very old school, I want to say like the OG MK11 Sonya style very well in the current day and age after the balance patches. Albeit she wasn't patched too heavily, it did take away a lot of the mid-screen damage that, you know, she did have to offer before. But this match is going to be the decider, and this match is going to be real close to deciding who is going to be taking the first set. That was a big whiff!
Whiffed!
That was really good wake-up as well from Noogie, just using the wake-up buttons to go for the punish.
No, but you got to imagine Famata probably not quite happy with that previous round, definitely wanting some form of vengeance.
Now, it was a little unorthodox, but Noogie breaking away on the spin I agree with, because the spin would have just knocked you back so far that you probably didn't want to be there, because then you're just, you know, guessing about whether the Frost is going to be throwing Ice Quake, right? But Thamada can take these trades all day.
Yeah, they definitely can.
On the last legs, and Thamada right now on match point.
Yeah, no, Famata has awoken, and now Noogie must deal with it. But most importantly is his approach. How will he decide to get in, or will he keep it a keep away? Ooh, dive bomb. Ooh,
there's the punish.
KB, keeping it very, very much
yeah,
simple.
He didn't have the bar for it if he did want to get the extension with the KB. No bar for Amplified Auger.
No, very smart stuff from Famata on his end.
Thamada is just playing the zoning game, just more...
Yeah, no, he's really enforcing it.
I think Thamada's using the utility that Frost offers a lot better right now. That was dominant.
That was clean. That was very, very clean. And, you know, Noogie been playing very, very well, but Famata not going to let him get away with the stuff he has.
Yeah, right now, Manchester Swarm are one away from taking the first set over the Tyneside Guardians, but it has been really, really close so far. Now, this is also something we were discussing before, that we feel Thamada is a very... Thamada is a high-level player. Thamada is a good player, good decision-making behind every action. And I think that... So, with Noogies being on the grind, as I was talking about before, Noogi's been putting a lot of effort in and definitely been improving, but now maybe the time should be spent on learning the characters a bit more specifically and your options against those characters, so that you can really maximize everything when you play against different matchups. You know, play different matchups. But the next match is also something I'm
It's
looking
going to be a
forward to.
slugfest.
It is. That is. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Like
really couldn't
people are going to get punched and just thrown all over the place, shoulder charge to high heaven, and I'm going to look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of KBs, and oh my god, these matches have been so close. Since, you know, I've entered into Season 2, because you obviously were here for Season 1, now you're here for Season 2. This easily, since my time of being here as a commentator, is the closest it has, like, it's been so incredibly back and forth. This is the closest sets we've seen.
I mean, what a way to start off the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
First week, and we have the closest set on our hands. Codlina as well, not knowing the trade region over there. So I will fill in everyone who is watching the stream and anyone just in general who is listening in. If a Shao Kahn player does a block string into that upwards hammer, as I literally just saw right there, you can trade down 2 while the hammer has gone up, as Shao Kahn can't press anything until the hammer has already hit the floor again.
But now you have to keep in mind the mental game that Equinox has, because obviously if you
Nice
hit
tag.
3 of those spears, you do gain access to a KB, that being 1, 2, and I believe 1 plus 2. That's a nasty amount of damage. But,
Yeah,
you know,
so it's 1, 2, 1 plus 3, and it is a very good crushing blow as well to acquire. Nice throw tick again. Equinox's throw ticks
these throw ticks and anti-airs have been really impressive.
The
Beautiful
up
up 2.
I like the options up 2 against the forward 4 because it's just too slow. Like, even though it gets you plus frames, it's not fast enough to actually meet you on, you know, when you're getting up.
Honestly, Equinox needs to be very, very careful.
Oh,
no,
doesn't-
it was a bit of a scramble there at the end. Not quite as interesting as the previous one, but if Equinox can, you know, keep playing this way in this manner, it could definitely work to his favor. And, you know, Godlina has quite a bit of work to do.
Codlina can actually kind of zone Shao Kahn. Like, it's...
But you
the
need to be
spears-
aware of that KB. It will stack up. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Ooh, boy. 2-3. Annihilation. What's the
Right
Oki?
there, 300%. Safe wake up from Codlina. Gonna alleviate that pressure.
Oh, skates failed.
Yeah, that is pretty much... that's actually a sign that Equinox has been on the ball with trying to tech all of these grabs at least.
Frames.
Back 2 blocked. That's a big
Oh,
whiff,
no
but no
way.
whiff punish.
Oh, the
Nice.
anti-Eden. Equinox
really
has been
like how-
so good with this.
I really like how Equinox is using the scum grab as well, using as
Yellow fatal
intended.
blow. Leg wake up.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there it is.
Wise to it. Equinox getting the shoulder punish tackle this time. Shoulder punish tackle, the shoulder tackle punish. Or shoulder.
Oh, my head.
Simplify it, Chav. It's just shoulder. But yeah, I took that first game very convincingly. It's clear to me that I need to visit Newcastle because none of the players up north know how to play against Shao Kahn. And now I will show you Shao Kahn representation, my friends. No, I honestly, like, Shao is kind of one of those characters that he's quite a bully. Especially when you don't really understand what he can do, and especially when you don't understand his gimmicks. Because, you know, things like down one annihilation, like when you have Dark Priest out, that's 100% a gimmick. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But it works. It's still smart.
Video games will say otherwise, but carry on.
I still think it's a gimmick. It's a poke into a special that's unsafe as heck. Come on. But either way, like, he's just completely on the ball. Equinox just seems to be making the better choices overall, able to maximize on damage, and that's not really a good trade for Codlina now that I think about it. So that zoning war is something I have to take back, but that down 2 trade needs to happen. Every time
Equinox
Equinox throws that up hammer, that's also another gimmick. You need to be able to down 2 it, because you are always going to be winning that trade. The hammer on the way down does about 6 to 8% damage, but your down 2 raw does
2
14.
spears locked in. A lot of footsies and a lot of care being shown. You know, Equinox wants to build it up slowly but surely. Uh-oh.
And that
Oh,
forward
there's a
two,
trade.
That giant,
frames.
far-reaching advancing hammer that Xiao has to offer as well.
We are really
also
showing
high.
a lack of understanding from the Tyneside Guardians about those plus frames off that big brute forward 4 from Shao Kahn.
Yeah, now that is +6. He has another double kick string, which is also +6, and his standing one is +4. What?
Oh!
Did Catalina just flawless block up to the spear?
Oh, that was so sick, but I'm so sad that it wasn't. Oh man,
That was interesting.
that was pretty godlike, but unfortunately it was to nothing. But at the moment,
Catalina's just
Yeah,
mixing
it's
right
just
now. Just you know,
Mix
do
City.
it. That up three whiffed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, Mix City.
Now
Three.
there is no bar on the side of Equinox. Maybe Catalina was trying to get that out of him.
Spear.
This isn't
That is
very.
a KB locked in.
That is, but it's about whether Equinox will be able to use it or not. Catalina right now is not playing a variation of Jax that necessarily gets a lot of damage. So you got a lot of work to do right now. Oh, again.
You know, Equinox has his eye on that
Tried
four
to get the
shot.
KB
Yes,
right there.
exactly. He stacked it up. He's well aware of it. But at the moment, needs.
Oh, and that is a
the
clean punish. That's gonna
Dead.
kill.
That Jax should be dead.
Yeah.
Yep. That is dead.
34% on that 1-2-1+3 crushing blow. Equinox is gonna secure it for the Manchester Swarm in set number 1 then.
I know.
5-3, but it has been close as ever.
Yeah, it's been nothing short of terrific so far, and you know, all the players on both sides should be very proud of how they've been doing so far. And as we go on to the next set, means we have more matches. Now, the interesting aspect about going from one set to the other is how much information do you take away, how much goes into your mind in order to take on your opponent.
Yeah, and you know, it's gonna be like, Tyneside really need to figure out the little things that they're losing to. The most noticeable ones for me are Cetrion Boulder,
Yes.
Shao Kahn's up hammer, and just Shao Kahn things in general, and then Frost's Icequake.
Yes, 110%.
And back two.
If they adapted and understand how they work, how they function, how to approach them, how to appropriately punish them, most importantly, Meniscan 110% swing to the Guardian side. But it's much easier to say something than to do something.
Yeah, and I mean, like, okay, so Frost Icequake, right? It comes in, and there's a certain arc it hits at. The animation is a little confusing, especially when you don't have Frost experience. You know, it's quite a new thing to get used to. But when she comes in, she dives in. On the way down, if you block it on her path down, you can full combo punish her. If she has already hit the floor, just imagine her to be like a penguin in Surf's Up or something that's just belly riding its way through. And you can short hop it, but really it's also kind of risky if you're at the max range because of the way she pops up. Like when she comes out of the low, it's going to hit you. So, neutral jumping.
Yeah.
Very good option. Neutral jumping is a good thing to do against the Icequake. Also, using projectiles and then not using them, you know, selectively holding it back to make the Frost player think that they can use the Icequake to approach you, and then, you know, using it to lure them in to close the distance is also another good strategy. But we are going to be resetting this game as well. We'll be right back with the actual games. Gives us a little more time to talk about how player matches have gone down individually as well.
Yes, I mean, honestly, I want to, as much as I want to talk about everyone individually, it's just the matches across the board have been great, and they've been like flashes of absolute insanity in some cases. Rip Dante Demons. But, you know, it's been great. It's been great, and I cannot wait to see what the following sets have. But who do you think has been like the shining star for both sides? Because I have my two picks.
Okay, so originally,
Okay.
I thought it was Thamada on the side of the Manchester Swarm. Now, while I still do think Thamada is playing superb, and Thamada hasn't actually dropped a set, I think currently the star on the side of Swarm is Equinox. Because
Totally not Shao Kahn bias.
this is actually genuinely is not Shao Kahn bias. If it was me, Shao Kahn bias, then I would 100% just say Equinox without even thinking about it. But I wouldn't even say Equinox, I would say Shao Kahn. Because Shao Kahn always wins. No, but seriously, back to the point, is that I think it's Equinox because he's been actually just doing the gimmicky things that are not being punished, that aren't being blown up. if you're getting away with it, by all means, just keep doing it. Like, if your opponent is mashing after +6 all the time and they're respecting you enough to eat forward 4 on block every time, by all means, keep doing it. Like, it's been working out for him, and he's been anti-airing with Scum Grab. He's been giving us some hype games. I just overall think that, I'm impressed. I think that Equinox has made some really good improvements with his Shao Kahn in general. But stripping it down a little bit further is probably the key to getting it just like on the head, Instead of a lot of 1-4s, I want to see a lot of standing 1s, but it's not going to matter anyway because Equinox has subbed himself out. Or,
Yes,
has been subbed out going into the next series. However, if Tyneside win this one, Equinox is going to be back. Maybe, potentially. Either way, on the Manchester side, Equinox has been subbed out, as we just mentioned, for Koenji. Koenji being the Jade player. And then on the side of Tyneside Guardians, we're going to see the return of MQS, Mr. Metal Queer Solid.
Yes, that means we're going to get to see the inevitable paradox that we cannot escape. That's being Geras, 6 frame down 1 monster.
Geras of Rivia, my guy.
Geras of Rivia. Don't desecrate Geralt. Don't desecrate Geralt. Not my favorite.
Geras is cool. But you know what isn't cool?
Playing Geras.
Exactly. I'm just kidding. It's pretty fun, actually. But it's nice having a good mid. I have good mids with all my characters. Doesn't matter. Either way. Yeah, like, what in regards to what we were talking about before, on Tyneside, like, now that they have MQS, they have a player who is fundamentally quite good at 2D fighting games. MQS is a competitive Street Fighter V player, albeit doesn't play the game too much, doesn't play Mortal Kombat 11 too much, is what I mean to say. Has the fundamentals to back it up, you know?
That's the great thing, though, because he's gone specifically for a character. I wouldn't say that's very basic, but a lot of his stuff is
newbie
safe.
friendly, easy to pick up.
Yeah, of
easy
course.
to pick up.
You know, of course, you have a 2-1 into Infinite Warden grab, then you have Temporal Shift. That damage really stacks. Of course, you can charge the Gauntlet. A damn near full screen Fatal Blow.
Easy access to crushing blows.
Yeah, KBs for days.
Damage, Oki, good throws. Geras effectively plays a really solid game all across the board. And all 3 variations are perfectly viable as well. All 3 of them are very good. Now, I think that he made the right choice in picking Geras because Geras is a simple character that can reward you for your fundamentals. You know, once you know basic confirms into good damage, you know, a bar gets you about 35% with good Oki. He's got all of this stuff. You don't really need to know much else. You don't need to actively be playing the game if you are, you know, the sub for your team, essentially.
Yeah, but looks like we're jumping in for Marta vs Noogie once again now. How will Noogie approach this? Because, of course, they played earlier, and it was very, very much so back and forth. And it definitely seemed like at any point, Noogie could have absolutely taken it over for Marta.
Yeah, Noogie, honestly, like, it was 2-1 to Thamada, but Noogie really had the second game under control, but Thamada managed to make the counter adaptations. We'll have to see how things change around this time.
Oh, Noogie just literally walking face up into that there.
Yeah, rip.
Rip.
Round 2.
Hasta la pasta. Thamada taking that first round very convincingly. I think that Thamada is just really comfortable playing like the zoning game against Sonya, because once he manages to secure himself a health lead, he can push that health lead.
Now Noogie definitely being aware of how much Marta's been using that wake up 3 to kind of trade with his opponent. Wanted to neutral jump there, but unfortunately could not capitalize. And for Marta, very, very happy to just apply this keep away game.
Yeah, Noogie just playing a little bit too impatiently, not understanding the way that Frost wants to move.
Yep, definitely. It's signs of what I feel are impatience.
Impatience and unfamiliarity,
yeah.
Both hand in hand can be quite disastrous.
Very late jump 3 into dive bomb.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool finisher scream with the chest exploding. Incredible white energy. But
rip.
I feel like for Marta now, after playing against Noogie, has his number.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. I feel like Noogie is so desperate for the offense. It seems like he's really trying to force the offense, a lot of dashing in. But every time you take one of those hits from Frost, it knocks you back just a certain amount that it makes it harder for you to come back in. So every time you're eating those back forward threes, you know, the shoulder cannons, where she's like, bah, bah, like, if you get hit by those, it knocks you back 2 steps anyway. But if you meter burns it, you're gonna just get knocked back even further, either on hit or block, unless you flawless block the beginning or the multiple hits. The ice quake gonna knock you back and do damage. Samada also using that back 2 really well just to keep you at that range, like not actually allowing you in. Because if you close that space, it's going to switch from that 15 frame advancing mid to an 11 frame advancing mid. And then that it's just going to be, you know, that down run anti-air.
Well, doesn't cash out on the KB, but wanting. Tomato's playing this so incredibly smart. He knows that Nugi's getting frustrated, and it's like, that was very ugly looking. But just wants to apply that keep away, and it's starting to show. And Nugi is definitely getting a little bit frustrated from it. Now, Nugi has been playing for quite a while on his team, so it may be signs that, you know, he may be getting a little bit frustrated right now.
I think this matchup is just not a fun matchup if you don't really understand how to play against Frost.
Yep.
Because Frost has good mids. She has mainly the 2 that I talk about, being back 2 and back 1. Both of them are advancing at different ranges, and both of them are, you know, under 16 frames.
That one spin.
Yep, there it is right now. The flawless block on the spin right there, actually giving Nugi his turn
50
back.
and a KB, one we rarely see in fact.
30% for guarding while standing.
Yeah, but like that, it goes to show the strengths of crushing blows in this game.
That's 2 KBs back to back. Nugi has the health lead.
That easily evens out the playing field, but I don't know if I entirely agree with that breakaway.
Back 2-2 into spin right there. Gonna go into the down 1 spin.
It's working.
That can be blown up by throws. It can be blown up by throws because the incoming poke after the minus frames is susceptible to being throw countered. So, you know, that is something else that they need to be blowing up.
Oh, takes the trade happily, and Komata takes it over Nugi.
Dude, that was, I agree with that. That was super well calculated. Just, you are coming into me. There is enough time for me to apply the armor. You're dead.
I mean, again, it goes to show signs of, oh, you can see, ooh, first fatality of the night. Which one? Cyborg one. No! No, yes!
I love this one.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I don't love this one. I love the other one.
I like this one. I
don't like this one.
For the cyber
you played
initiative.
Triborg in MKX. Of course you love this one.
No, I played Grandmaster.
You also
And
played
then
Triborg.
Triborg.
That's even worse.
I know. How more BM can I
You
get?
played 2 versions of Sub-Zero, mate.
What are you trying to say? But yes, no, very, very strong stuff from Famata.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll say it. And this is no offense to New Year at all. Famata just seems to have his number from the previous matches because there was a lot of back and forth.
That was free. That was free. Like, Tamada definitely made the adjustments. And I think that playing against Sonya, like, winning that confidently when you just figured them out, when you figured out how they want to come into you and how they want to play against you, like, you know, props to Tamada. But also, this is definitely, it is showing for a Tyneside, which is super unfortunate that the characters that Manchester are playing, they don't seem too familiar with.
Yeah, it's lack of matchup knowledge, and it's definitely starting to show. And you know what? As we mentioned with MQS, how will this affect him? Because you said he's a competitive Street Fighter V player. How much does he know about his opponents and how they approach the game? Because the game is significantly different than it was on release to where it is now.
That is true, but both these characters aren't too different to how they were on release as well.
That is true. One's potato, one just throws stuff.
Yeah, one's a potato and the other one is just a potato that sits full screen. Yep. But either way, like the matchup we have at hand is just it's a classic matchup we've seen plenty of times. It is Garrus versus Cetrion. It's an interesting matchup because MQS being a fundamentally well-versed player, a player who's very comfortable with that, might suffer in a department where he doesn't understand Cetrion's specific things. Yeah, a little wave dash, from Dante. That's what happens when you get a hitbox.
Here's the question: is MQS aware of Garrus' changes with some of his crushing blows now?
I am not sure.
That's the thing, because honestly,
I am not sure.
It's definitely very different. But we're gonna see some crispy, beautiful damage from Dante Demons. Unfortunately, this is the final hit.
Not going to matter too much. Still getting a majority of that damage and tries to go for the punish on the sand trap. I don't actually know if that's a thing. What a whip punish!
Beautiful. Unfortunately, doesn't go for a full combo, but it's definitely where Dante Demons needs to play. Last breath.
I mean, MQS has no bar. That was it.
Beautiful.
That was it.
But the thing is, that's one with sand trap, and I don't believe MQS is well aware that you need a whiff 2 to now lock in that crushing blow.
I
it doesn't work
no
like a
idea. And that's a really good point as well, because these are really important crushing blows for Garrus. That and the change on the forward 1 in into the grab crushing blow as well.
Oh, you know he's going for that downfall sand trap.
You're going to see a beautiful hit confirm off the body splash 1-1.
Here's the thing, Dante Demons has somewhat
No,
put
that
himself in
dropped?
the corner. Forward 2 goes for the grab, escape failed. Unfortunately, Ghost can get nothing off that except incredible Oki, so don't worry about that.
That jump in 3
Oh.
going to catch Dante Demons neutral jumping.
Man, here's the thing. Dante Demons put himself in this situation. If he can teleport out or fight his way out like he is doing now, definitely chain.
But a restand into the corner, repositioning. Dante Demons looking to
That
turn things
two
around.
whiffed.
Oh, Whiffed Geyser is huge, but doesn't get punished.
Oh, did he whiff 2 for the KB?
Nope.
No.
Maybe he just
2-1-2.
didn't spend it. Although I think if
Down
you
wall.
had it there would be no reason to not spend it. No confirm into Fatal Blow. That could have been death.
Yes. No, it definitely could be. But why isn't Dante Demon? He's jumping in the air. He's got full screen fatal blow.
He has not only a Fatal Blow. Okay. Okay, does Geyser actually punish Sand Trap is what I want to know. And if it does, you have to be on the ball reversal punishing that every single time you block it. Or your counterplay is you're in the air throwing Hell's Wrath all the time because he has a Sand Trap, right?
Yeah, but you know who's going for it.
MQS doesn't have any defensive bar right now, and albeit
Dante
Cetrion,
Demons.
yeah, just doesn't get like a highest damage. Cetrion can still knock you full screen for a fair chunk.
Dante Demons, unfortunately, not being able to escape the corner and is paying horribly for it. 2-1-2. Staying 1-2-1-2 again. Wow, this could 110%.
If he goes for the crushing blow here, it doesn't. Yeah,
But I don't
misses
feel
it.
like he knows it. I don't feel like he knows it.
Dante has work to do if he wants to get by this round. Not
Nope.
gonna matter. That is a perfect punish because Dante is just too reluctant to spend the bar there for some reason.
I feel like that was robbed. At full screen, where you have a fatal blow that strikes over the opponent's head, and MQS is jumping, throw it out.
I just Dante needed to open space. That's the first thing you need to do against Garrus, especially playing a character that's primarily a zoner. When you are in the corner, your back is against the wall. The reason why Cetrion is so good in this regard is because she can teleport out. So your back being against the wall, you're opening up space. It should be your primary objective if you want to make your way out the corner, right? If that is
the
your
thing.
goal.
We haven't been seeing Dante Demons
Yeah.
enforce that. If anything, I think we've only seen it twice tonight.
Yeah,
and
like
it's paying.
Like
He's
a
paying for it.
poke into a hit wall or something, or a connected wall, and then amplifying that to knock them back, and allow yourself the ability to safely teleport out the corner is one option. But also, even just hitting a down 4,
Yeah.
it knocks you back. Use the advantage to teleport yourself out the corner back to mid-screen. Like, you shouldn't be forced to play in the corner against a Garrus as Cetrion. So you need to prevent that from happening because it's very quick to lose, as we saw over there. Because, I mean, Garrus can just confirm everything.
I mean,
and it's not
Garrus can
worth
just
it.
do Garrus stuff, and if it's working, it is 100% working. But Dante Demon's just choosing to be far more offensive of Cetrion,
Yeah.
not something that I'm agreeing with right now.
It's risky, right? Like, when you're playing a character that does better at keeping the opponent away, I think that Dante should be playing the mid-range a lot more because, you know, you're basically mixing up Garrus. So Dante took that round very convincingly, but honestly, it looked like MQS was just pressing buttons.
Yeah.
Like, all the time was just pressing buttons because none of that was actually mix-ups. It was just counter hits.
Yeah, MQS was just pressing buttons.
That was a sick read.
That was really, really good. And Dante Demon's just so happened to jump in. Beautiful stuff. Oh,
Big
no
drop,
punish.
though, but he's going to pick
But
up the
again,
combo
will
anyway.
we see him come? Ooh, nice down 2, micro dunk. Changes the up 2. We're seeing a lot of up 2s at the moment.
Yeah,
from
this
MQS.
is another eggs and spaghetti right here.
Oh man, you know what? I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that.
Throw escape, good tech.
Beautiful. Ooh, that looked a little
there you
bit
go.
funny.
The 1-1 confirmed. Dante has the breakaway though. Oh, that is going to be it. That's the
Yep.
round. That is Spike's going to close things out. Really clean confirm from MQS. Those, hit confirming is another really big thing. And in a game like Street Fighter that you play so much, it's especially important and pivotal to your gameplay as a competitive player. So we can clearly see signs of that translating over to Mortal Kombat. And Garrus is not a character that's particularly difficult to hit confirm with.
Yeah, you know, Dante, here's the interesting thing. MQS has secretly been conditioning Dante Demons to question that forward 2, because he's been going for the grab every here and there.
Oh, that up 2 whiff is so tragic for Dante Demons right now. You just have your back in the corner, and this is looking pretty dastardly. 400 damage, what is for breakfast? That back throw is going to almost take it. And it's chip.
Yeah, that was very,
And
very much.
you know
so
what?
true.
I know MQS. We're buddies, right? MQS knows Dante Demons. He did that. That was a personal attack if I've ever seen one. They're friends.
I don't mean to sound mean,
That was
but
could have been
if
faster.
I were to put it as something, I feel like that was 1, 2, 3. Very, very free.
Yeah.
It's a shame because Dante Demons, when he can get things going, fantastic, phenomenal. But the problem is, he's not teleporting out the corner.
Yeah.
He's running in.
You've been playing Cetrion since day one.
You are playing against Geras.
You've been
You know
playing
what
Cetrion since
Geras
day
does? Geras things. Don't be
Yeah.
that.
I think. Are you so scared that you're gonna get sand trapped as you're teleporting out the corner or something like? Just a 4, 2, 3, hit confirm it, teleport out the corner, down 4 hit, teleport out the corner, hit standing 3, teleport out the corner, jump kick, teleport out the corner, just down 4 on block teleport. What's he gonna do?
Anything.
You're playing against someone that, I mean, you know what? He knows that better than we do right now. Let's not grill him too much, but that is so important.
No, I'm kidding.
All
it's
right,
fine. But,
it's so important when you're playing Cetrion though that you have to understand that because your game plan is walking back. Like the fact that you choose to walk back, you're putting yourself in the corner. You need to have a plan to get yourself out there because you're basically just putting yourself into the doghouse, and it's not fun.
I'll put it like this. She has buttons that can contend with other characters, but if you fundamentally want to play where the character's strengths lie, that was janky, then you want to apply that keep away. But now on to our next match. Sean 2 UK taking on Equinox, and looks like
This would be Koenji. The names are just gonna get changed around for you. Equinox was subbed out.
Ooh.
But, you know, Equinox... Sorry. Oh, I made the mistake myself.
It's cool to see her.
After just saying it. Koenji
It's the mind
playing
games, man.
Jaded Jade. Jaded basically playing Mortal Kombat X. I'm just kidding. She gets a run. And that's the interesting exclusive thing in this variation is she has the run. As you saw there. Which ends in the pole vault. And you have 2 options out of that. For either a safe option that leaves you -3, I think, or she has the grab when she spends the bar on it and vaults
Oh,
over.
no punish. She gets clipped with a down 2 KB. Very clean stuff. Now the question is, does Sean lock in a KB crushing blow? Because obviously he landed that dive kick.
Oh, that would be something, all right,
Oh,
wouldn't it? Gets the block on the overhead.
Beautiful stuff there, and unfortunately, it seems like Koenji just can't get anything going at the moment. Just playing very, very much so passive, but escape failed.
Now, we all do know that
Stop.
Jade's throw, when you have escape failed, it does
Run.
launch you.
Run. Run.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see it too. Activate glow and just run in like a maniac.
Beautiful. Dive kick locked in.
Does
Goes
not
for the
suspend it.
But no,
Oh, goes
Koenji's
for
playing
the
very
back
much
throw.
so passive, but it is actually somewhat working to his favor.
That's a punishable string. Oh, gets the
the
counter
finish
hit.
it.
but
People
just
down two.
Unfortunately whiffing.
Ooh,
Nice.
calling
Good
out the Z hat.
That's exactly what you need to be doing.
Oh, nice frames.
Yep, it's a game of mids. Into the sprint.
Beautiful stuff.
Now, something else to note as well, when you are not familiar with Jaded Jade, that Nitro Kick, the
Oh,
amplified
man.
Nitro Kick that she gets out of that sprint is +3. Now, albeit it doesn't guarantee her anything. Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
Really, really clean poke by Koenji, just playing it real patient. But now, while that +3 doesn't guarantee her anything, it still has so much pushback and just goes back to neutral, essentially. It's just a safe option for her that she can do out of pretty much everything.
Oh, back to check. Here's the thing, though. I believe that Crushing Blow KB is also locked in right now. So, if Equinox
That
needs
crushing
to
low KB?
Yeah. Crushing Blow. Oh. I just done goofed. You didn't hear that, guys.
That KB squared.
That's too many words. I can't words very good today, but in
Oh.
saying that,
Was that a standing 4
Koenji's
into
definitely
the
not out of
waves?
this. Has Axis Fatal Blow, apply the glow.
Yeah, you can do the fatal blow off her sprint as well.
Yes, I'm waiting for that moment. Oh, wait, is it still locked in?
No, didn't go for the forward throw.
Oh, that was tragic.
I like the idea. I really like the idea because it's meaty plus frames, but it's also a high. And Sean 2 UK was just delaying for the perfect amount of time, and seeing that whiff, it was just all right. Now I'm gonna press buttons.
Yeah,
right?
that was very, very, very smart. very, very smart. And it absolutely played off. But, maybe Koenji's still warming up. This is his first match. And it was definitely a strong showing. Maybe playing a little bit too passive, not capitalizing on punishes properly. Couldn't really get his game going. But, still very much so early. So, anything can change at this point.
That is true. And now Koenji is quite frequent in other fighting games, from my knowledge. And it is quite evident that Koenji is quite fundamentally, quite fundamentally sound. But now this is a matter of where Koenji may be, fundamentally superior. Sean2 UK is the Mortal Kombat player, knows more about Mortal Kombat specifically, as opposed to just fighting games as a whole. Now, that may or may not be true. I don't know Sean's background with fighting games, but it shows quite a lot when these two are playing that Sean is more comfortable playing Mortal Kombat. So, instances like the blocked forward 2-1 string that Kung Lao has, Koenji not punishing that just shows that, it's a full combo punish string, but he didn't know that he could punish it, and he staggered the normal that came after.
Ooh, cheeky stuff there from Sean. Or punish? No!
Yeah, see, the down 1 punish is just not good enough. Unfortunately, you're not able to cash out the damage.
And Koenji's definitely paying for it at the moment, unfortunately, and Sean just doing whatever he wishes, locks in that jump free. No dive kick, unfortunately, which is probably wanted to dial in to finish off the round, get locked in.
But, I mean, this is really good for Tyneside, right? This is what they need, because they lost the first set so close, and now, after losing the first match, they need to be able to bring this back. MQS taking out Verdante Demons is big for Tyneside, because now Sean2 UK is looking to carry that momentum forwards. He just missed the conversion with that 1-2.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just seems like Koenji's lack of ability, or more so confidence, to challenge what Sean's doing is definitely making him pay. And Sean's just eating this up right now.
Yeah, but by no means has Koenji looked weak. It just seems that Koenji looks a bit lost.
Yes.
And it's understandable when you're playing against an erratic Kung Lao playstyle, but Sean's using that to his advantage, just so well.
No run at the moment.
Oh, try to get the wiggle stick punish. And the down 3 is going to close it out. Sean2 UK with a 2-0, redeeming himself for those 1-2s from earlier in the first set.
Yes, and it's definitely looking in the Guardians' favor at the moment. But, let's still say it's very much so early days for the second set. But these adjustments and changes and subs can really just completely mix things up.
Yeah. I mean, in this second set, Tyneside seems so much more confident. The only, even though Noogie lost to Thamada, Noogie still looked really confident playing. The fact that Noogie wanted to be so aggressive and get up in Thamada's face and start, enforcing all of the mix-ups, trying to get the reads if you're going to Ice Quake, and going for the air-to-air ones. Good stuff, confident play right now being shown by Tyneside. And they do have the upper hand. They do have the advantage. And if they keep this momentum going, let's say everyone on the side of Tyneside drops a game to Thamada. Hypothetically, everyone drops a game to Thamada. They would still win if they kept the same results as they did from these first 3 games.
Yes.
Because they would just have more points. And this is a crew battle. This is a 3v3. Well, technically a 4v4. It's just players have been subbed. So it's only 3 active players on each side. But, those points add up. You need to be able to, if you have a player that wins game A, and then they win their next 2 games, the other 2 players on your team have to also make up for that. Because right now, it is 2 in the side of Tyneside and then the 1 for Manchester.
And the thing is, these wins have never been more important than they are now. We're in the playoffs. It's do or die. Someone will be eliminated at the end of the day, and you do not want to be on that side. And saying that, looks like we have MQS taking on Famata. And what interests me is MQS aware of this variation.
Most likely not, unless MQS has been doing a lot of homework on the down low, which I honestly doubt. I think that if MQS plays this fundamentally, rather than Mortal Kombat, on autopilot Mortal Kombat, then he could very well take this.
Yeah. Ooh.
However, Thamada
Thamada inserting. It's hey, is this
just
alone?
Let's be real. Thamada probably has so much matchup experience against Garrus.
Yes. Don't we all?
Like, everyone has played Garrus, right? Everyone even has a pocket Garrus. So it wouldn't surprise me that Themata's so comfortable playing this matchup. And when you're playing against a person that you know doesn't really play in Mortal Kombat as often as you do, it's not like... I feel like it's a lot easier to harass them in ways that you would understand and they wouldn't.
Beautiful. That is one whiff sand trap, though.
Yeah, but honestly, Themata just knew that he was going to go for the sand trap anyway and just went for the quick hop straight into the Ice Quake as well to close the distance and punish her.
Now here's the thing, Themata is also trying to jump back to not give, you know, Garrus that Oki, because if he gets the last hit off the overhead, he has the option of that being a KB, or he can actually go for Zauki. Oh, catch out. Talking about KBs.
MQS is a little too happy as that was a huge drop for Themata, unfortunately. But MQS is a little too happy with these up twos as we did see last week as well.
Too. It's a low. That fatal blow is now locked in for MQS, however. Ooh. Okay.
The full screen sand trap.
Oh no, it has been locked in.
We see that judo chop. The chiropractic session is in motion. The down one. That is what I was talking about earlier. You can low profile Frost's flawless. Frost's fatal blow. You can low profile it with a down one and still have time to block. So that really sucks for Themata, but really good for MQS. This is now one round apiece, and Themata's drawn first blood, looking with a pretty dominant health lead, almost 50%.
Oh, nice trade, but looks like MQS lands it this time around.
MQS can do this. This is difficult, but he can do this.
100%, but, you know, Themata definitely wants to assert that keep away game. Not terrified to really contest that sand trap at times, or go for that dive bomb.
In the air, Ice Quake has been getting a lot of mileage. Really good timing and waiting for the right moment to use the sand trap to actually win the trade in that situation.
Beautiful jump over.
That body splash is very hard to anti-air.
Themata's being very smart.
We're going to see a brutality. Oh.
Oh,
nice
cheeky stuff. Question is, what are we seeing now on up three?
No, that was a full delay wake up, yep.
Themata's been very smart when he's actually been Oki'd in any way, shape, and form by MQS. He's like, I could go for up 3, but I've picked up the MQS, likes to jump over me, likes to go for that Oki guaranteed setup of the 50-50. So I'll just delayed wake up.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a totally valid strategy, and Garrus's body splash is very difficult to deal with, especially when it's a crossover, because of just the active hitbox on it. You know, those of you that have played Injustice very much know the body splashes, and there's, I mean, it's not like Injustice developed body splash characters. It's been a thing in fighting games for a very long time. It's never easy to anti-air, and in Mortal Kombat 11, it's quite more so often than not, like, your character doesn't actually face the right way in time for you to be able to jab contest it. So what some people may do, and this is something that Frost actually can do, is down 3 it when they're crossing over. Because of how the body splash applies, Frost and Liu Kang can down 3 it, and they can anti-air it that way into a full conversion. So, you know, I would like to see a bit more your character-specific knowledge as well from Themata, using anything he can to just make it so much harder for MQS to deal with, because MQS was actually a lot closer than maybe anticipated in that first game.
Yeah, well, the interesting question is, how has MQS adapted? Was having a
no
background in fighting games.
Nice anti-air.
Beautiful anti-air. Nice. Let's see this beautiful combo.
25%.
Oh, the tricky, cute stuff there. Back 2 into Augur.
Back 1 to Augur into the down 4 checks.
It just seems like MQS does not have an answer to these Augurs and is paying for it. Ooh,
beautiful
jump.
Big neutral jump.
Oh, the Punisher wake up buttons.
Nice, challenges it this time. The down 2 gonna completely get stuffed by that down 1 from Garrus. Very quick poke.
Okay.
Themata has no defensive bar, so if he gets opened up over here, he could even die, but it's not gonna matter anyway.
Yeah, I mean, one thing Themata's been very consistent with is down 1 into that spin. And you know, when MQS has that low of health, you know, you can afford to, like, last breath the hell out of it.
Yeah, honestly, like, the spin itself is a very good move. But throwing Sand Trap is not really too viable unless you're waiting for the right moments where Themata is definitely going to be on the ground. Or firing the bombs, you know, the aerial arc bombs. Because that's what's going to happen. You're just going to get Ice Quake to infinity.
But here's the really interesting part about Themata. He's now playing the mind game of keep away. If I feel like a Sand Trap's coming my way, I'll dive bomb you.
Exactly.
Go full screen and I'll make you guess.
And it's safe. Like, what have you got to lose, right?
Exactly. You know, you may somewhat give up your turn getting Geras' face, but...
Oh, the anti-air!
That was crisp!
Last second jab.
Oh, no.
The up 2.
MQS
4-2-1-2.
definitely loving that up 2 from Geras right now, but axes the fatal blow, come up to big damage. But no,
That is going to hurt. The raw fatal blow is going to kill. But one good read. Nice. That's not going to kill, but it's going to be very close. And Thamada is going to be able to have wake up attack on deck. Oh!
What was that?
That was meant to be an up 2.
2.
It must have been an up 2.
Yeah,
It
no,
must have been an up 2.
That is a shame.
Either that or Thamada read the neutral jump. Read it with trying to get the neutral jump attack because he thought there was going to be an oppressive body splash or something.
Oh, but unfortunately Famata getting caught there.
Nice throw tech. Shades of Street Fighter player coming out, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Seeing as MQS still has access to that fatal blow. Auger. Now here's the thing, if Martin keeps throwing out those augers and make MQS confused about the dive bomb or the sand trap.
MQS still has to whiff more sand traps if he wants a crushing blow though.
Ooh,
These jump kicks are adding up.
Yeah.
That was a lot of damage just raw.
Yeah, no KB has been locked in unfortunately for Famata at the moment. But, ooh,
Nice.
what's the
Good ice
mix-up?
quake.
Will it be sand trap, will it be dive bomb? That's the question.
Thamada's going to be real careful with all this aerial movement against the Geras with fatal blow.
Yeah,
Maybe he's trying to get him to spend it.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is not how you want to go down. That's so unfortunate. Full bar and fatal blow.
Ooh, is it supposed to end with pure swag? Sure thing. But no, that was very good stuff from Famata, but definitely not free over MQS. Definitely not free.
I mean, I still think it was because it's still like Frost isn't being dealt with. It's still the Ice Quake that's doing everything.
Frost is being
so,
lit and
it's
a
Frost
lot
doing
of
Frost
just
things. Yeah, it's a lot of normals into or pokes like just into Augur. A lot of Augur like that and using the Ice Quake. Just understanding that like, oh yeah, MQS, you want to use sand traps? Well, you can't hit me if I'm moving real fast unless you read me, or I'm in the air. So, regardless of that, like it just seemed like the Maya just had it under control, regardless of whether he lost the round or not. He just seemed to have the entire match under control and was able to play it at his pace more so often than not.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have put it any better than that. But the question is now, that's 2 on each side, and both wins have come off Famata. So hopefully his teammates will also be able to follow and continue in his success if they do wish to finish up this set and win successfully. However, it definitely seems like the Guardians and the Switch it's benefited them quite a bit.
Yeah, like, let's be real. So, MQS has done a lot of work since being subbed in for the Tyneside Guardians. Winning one set against Dante Demons was important. And then dropping that set to Thamato very narrowly, even though it was a 2-0, it was like it was still a lot closer than we have seen Thamada being pushed in a little while. But the matchup that we have right now is Dante Demons and Sean 2 UK. So Dante on the patented Cetrion pick.
Great stuff there from Dante Demon, choosing to not eat that Z-Hat right in his face, goes for the grab. Question is, how is Dante Demons going to play? Like, he's gone from playing quite erratic with wanting to get in his opponent's face to, wanting to do keep away. And unfortunately, when it has been in opponent's face, it hasn't worked in his favor. But in this instance, Sean definitely seems quite confused. Oh, there's the KB.
That is going to hurt. Counter punish right there into the amplified spin. Going to pull Dante towards the corner. 419 damage for that. Good challenge from Dante, but the down 3 counter from Sean. He could take this with fatal blow.
Goodness.
Oh! He didn't fatal blow.
Oh, I saw.
That was it. Gone. You needed to catch the armor. Paying attention to your opponent's defensive bar is so important, especially in pivotal matches of the round. What pivotal points of the round in these matches, just like that?
We're looking for the KB, but Dante definitely playing really, really well at the moment. As I say, he gets grabbed by Sean, but, if you can keep the momentum going on his side, then Sean may end up being flustered the entire round.
Well, Sean's catching a lot of stray hits right now and overwhelming Dante.
Saying that.
But the read with that down 2 crushing blow going into the stand 3 geyser.
Of course, this is unbreakable as well.
38% right there. But Sean does another down 2 crushing blow. No worries indeed. One more touch over here. If he gets a combo opener, is going to kill.
Fatal Blow is also active. Why would you know? Oh, that was the most ballsy.
There's no balls about it. Why did you Z-hat? Why did you Z-hat?
Here's the thing. Some people may not be aware of this, or anyone who doesn't really know how competitive Mortal Kombat works. But basically, when someone engages Fatal Blow, they gain armor on the 5th frame, which means they can take the hit. Why would you throw out a Z-hat where the person really needs to telegraph it and instigate it? You're opening. Unfortunately, Sean was playing well for the most part, but at that end there, I think that may have been a sign of autopiloting.
I think you're right. I think it's a move that's good if you've already psyched out or conditioned your opponent, but the first time Sean tried to do something into Z-hat, Dante punished him for it.
Yeah.
So that was enough of a sign that you can't do Z-hat on that player. So going forward for the Z-hat, that situation was just... We could see it happening, and we were like, that's suicide, please don't take that option. And it was just the wrong thing to take at that moment in time, but it's not going to matter too much. We're going to go into the second game over here. Down to crushing blow from Dante, going to force the breakaway from Sean, but he spent that crushing blow really early, so he doesn't have it for the rest of the game.
Oh, doesn't hit confirm into spin. Probably just dialing in.
Nice interruption.
Spacing. My goodness me, but Dante Demons. Oh, you know what you want to do. Oh, knocks about the teleport.
Well, on the way down. On the way down.
Beautiful. Ooh,
now, if you want to use
hit.
projectiles against Cetrion, the straight hat is a much better alternative to the Z-hat, especially because you can angle it. So you should be angling it upwards against Cetrions, because they're going to be upwards rather than down.
Well, when she goes for her down back full, when she tries to grab you, she can actually somewhat lower her hitbox, and the hat or whatever projectile can go overhead. If you can angle the hat downwards as well, it can hit her. Beautiful throw tech. Oh, those active frames.
Yeah, that was right at the very peak of the wall. Like, if Dante hadn't amplified it, he could have potentially gotten a combo.
But here's the thing that we've been talking quite a bit about Dante Demons. Choosing to have a bit more of an aggressive approach has definitely not been working out for him.
It definitely has. Unsafe string, not punished right there, but Sean 2UK is still going to find the opportunity he needs. Now, yeah, that late breakaway is so unfortunate.
That must have been unintentional. That was literally at the very end of the combo.
Yeah, now I think that late breakaways possibly happen when a player has already inputted breakaway a few times.
Yes.
But it's like a delayed registry of that input, so it will just spend it anyway if you have it available. So just a little unfortunate thing, but the Geyser being blocked, unable to be punished at that range, but that was a whiffed Geyser right there. Dante Demons is in complete control of that round, that low not being blocked was going to be it. But now match point for Dante Demons, really important point on the line for Manchester Swarm. They really do need this one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It could really work to their favor and also swing some, positivity in Dante Demon's way, because he has been getting the short end of the stick on many different occasions in these matches.
Yeah, punish!
Punish!
Good stuff. Going for the proper damage, but getting both bars of breakaway out of Sean 2UK, and I do agree with you. Dante Demons has just unfortunately drawn the short end of the stick. These things have really slipped him by, but it's the morale that you're playing for as well, right?
Yep. But here's the thing, Dante Demons needs to get himself out the corner, but stubbornly just wishing to just get up in his opponent's face.
Now, throwing Sean in the corner is an interesting decision. Cetrion's not really a character that you can just apply corner pressure with. That was dialed in. That was so unfortunate, dude. That must have been an input error or something.
Definitely must have been an input error, because
I mean, okay, it was the Geyser is a 4. On the face buttons is a 4 that you do it, right? It's a back forward 4 or a forward back 4, whatever it is.
Yes.
And there's also forward 2, 3, 4. So regardless, the option would have been unsafe.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, I hate to be like the guy who's screaming into the well, followed by the multiple echoes, but it's just it just seems like every time Dante Demons wishes to be offensive and kind of we've seen him. I'm gonna condense it. He's been losing the corner game every time he's been throwing his opponent, and it hasn't worked to his favor. But
he's getting ready for Guilty Gear 2020, mate. Let's be real. There are no corners with Dante Demons.
I'm not going to make the mean comment. I was that far away.
There actually are no corners. But at the same time, no, I just think that Yeah, you don't really need to keep someone in the corner as Cetrion, you know? I do like the ideas that Dante's making. I can't possibly grill the decisions that he's making because he's winning.
Fight.
Yes,
But
it's
it's
just
like
the
you don't
decision
really
making,
need
the choices.
Yeah, it's the character that you're playing. You don't really need to make those choices with that character because she kind of breaks the mold of it a little bit more, you know?
And again, the very late breakaway, the choices I'm not agreeing with from Dante Demons, and it's starting to show. You know, Sean to UK has just gone in extremely aggressive, unfortunately opened himself up there. But it just seems like Dante Demons is flustered. I feel like he's very flustered off that last round. Lost the early breakaway off the end of a combo, had barely anything to work with that round, and Sean is just, he's coming in and he's just stealing it.
Fight.
Yeah, and I think I couldn't have put it better myself. Sean just absolutely stealing it. That's what he's doing best, running the 900 miles per hour
And again, the late
clinic.
breakaway.
The Kung Lao clinic, mate. Look at this.
Dive kick.
The king,
Drops over
the king in the
Kaiser.
north, mate. Look,
Oh my god.
escape failed.
This is a damn near flawless.
That is, yeah, this is looking like a body bag
well,
right now.
Screw that then.
Just gonna hold it. Goes for the whiff punish. Dante Demon's not able to capitalize anymore. This is bad. Oh,
It can't. Well, I was gonna say can't count out Dante's
Yeah.
Demons just yet, but
I mean, the meaty throw was a good attempt, but the up three just gonna completely stuff that out. Sean 2 UK took that game so fast.
yeah,
Faster than the discussion that we had in between the games. That was the Kung Lao clinic. That was you getting opened up by Kung Lao things and him just turning it into damage. And Oki.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sean was playing really good, and the thing is, Dante Demons, he's having the right ideas. He's doing them at the wrong times, and he's approaching the game.
That's exactly it. I think he has the right ideas. He's just choosing the wrong
The
times.
breakaways are too late. What is the point of breaking away on the final hit?
Yeah, like you want to be breaking away the moment that he amplifies the spin.
The reason
you know?
why that first round at the end was so free to Sean is because of the early breakaway. Dante Demons had absolutely nothing to work with.
And against a character like Kung Lao, like when you don't have the defensive bars, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like really, if he opens you up, what are you gonna do? But that's the thing about Kung Lao is he doesn't really have many ways to open you up outside of things like whiff punishing or you just mashing buttons, right?
Yes.
A lot of down three checks. You know, Foxy has solidified this style of Kung Lao that a lot of players do, and he's obviously being quite a Kung Lao pioneer anyway. But in this game, earlier stages of the game more so than now, Foxy Grandpa's way of playing Kung Lao did revolve a lot around very good spacing and very good offensive choices, and using the down three just effectively. You know. Now the graphics are incorrect right now. The name bars are the names are going to be switched around. We do have Nugi's health bar is actually on the left and Koenji's is on the right, and this is going to be our next game. Koenji playing Jade again, and Nugi back on the Sonya Blade as we know him for.
Yeah, but at the moment, it's absolutely all Nugi's work, and Koenji just can't confuse what he should do. Ooh, gets
Beautiful use of the drone on reaction to that jump.
That seems like Nugi showing a lot of matchup knowledge against Jade here, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Nice anti-air.
The sign of a true Sonya Blade player who is well aware of this matchup and doesn't go on Twitter and complain about it is that they will happily drop the drone in someone's head if they see the glow active.
Oh, man, yeah.
Shots fired!
Shots fired. Onion rings fired. Nugi, one hit away from taking this game so dominantly. The drone drops AoE is going to take it. Dude, that was quick!
That was very, very quick. And again, signs of matchup knowledge. Like, can we talk about the confidence in Nugi's play?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's
Nugi's,
insane.
I mean, it's obvious that Nugi is a Sonya one-trick, essentially. You know, someone that's played Sonya since the beginning, a main. You can really tell by just how much muscle memory has gone into each of the individual sequences that they press. But, so, like, Nugi's an interesting Sonya in the way that he's like a bit like MK Azerbaijan in a sense, where he plays such an aggressive buttons-heavy Sonya that you don't really know how to deal with it because it can be quite a frustrating game plan to or a game play style to deal with. You know, quite a mashy style, I guess some people could say. But if it it works for them. It really does work for them, like, because even if they're minus, the ranges in which they choose to press these low pokes and stuff just make it harder for you to actually stuff them. But
you have to guess the 50-50 in that respect.
yeah, exactly. And you know, with a character like Jade, you have the glow to stop and completely negate Sonya's energy ring game. But then she has the drone drop, and then Nuki's not playing with much energy rings anyway. Like, he can see back 1, 2, 3 is not being punished. Your 50-50s are not being punished with proper combos. You are literally at no... See, again, you have no repercussions for using 50-50, so Nuki's just gonna mix. Like, you have nothing else to do, right? Mix and then throw down drones whenever you see the glow.
Ooh,
Nice
that's
anti-air.
something Nuki can't keep throwing out, because Jade arguably has the best down two in the game when it comes to
Definitely,
just
you know,
that crazy range.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Ooh,
like
baby.
Jade and Baraka, right? The toss-up between those two for the best down two.
Yeah, but Fatal Blow is in play.
That back,
Ooh.
was that a hit confirm? That wiggle sick.
I
into
feel
the
like
Fatal Blow.
Nuki let go of blocks. I think he blocked the first two. And it just seemed like let go of block too early in that case. And Koenji just took.
Either way, I mean, Koenji not a player to just dial something out like that on block. If that was a confirm, you know, massive kudos. That was sick. But either way, Koenji with a good presence of mind, managing to close out a round for himself and putting himself on the board now.
This is definitely something he needs, especially against someone like Nuki, who has been playing extremely well.
The raw ass whipping gonna get the side switch, unfortunately, but Koenji gonna check him.
Down two.
Nice.
Beautiful stuff. Koenji completely playing different to how he was earlier. You know why?
Good block. Oh.
He's asserting his spacing, and that's what's really benefiting him.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
he can keep it up, it'll definitely work to his favor. But right now, if Nuki can just keep Koenji in the corner, it's just Sonya
That
Blade
was not a
City.
good break. You're betting it all and winning this round, but it's not going to work out for you. Now, Koenji does find himself outside of the corner, but he doesn't have any defensive bars at all, which is a big thing against Sonya. So you better pray you don't get clipped.
Ooh, gets clipped by the tip of it. It's down 3. Back 2 again. Ooh, there it is. Just getting through that spacing. Ooh,
There it is.
beautiful
Both
stuff.
bars spent on Nugi's side. No longer has the energy ring cancels over here for the corner, but you know, Koenji not even needing to worry too much, as Koenji is not the one with the back to the corner.
The thing is, we also have seen a
Nice.
severe lack of nitro kicks on the end of Koenji.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that because he's not taking the risks. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the punish. So it seems like Koenji is really solid at just playing the game.
no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No. My that
Oh,
I
pour one
felt-
out for the homies.
I felt that. I feel the Koenji played very well.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolute respect
I-
for him in that.
I agree.
That's such a shame.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
know, that is the last thing you want is when someone spends the down 2. When they drop their combo early and they use the down 2, so you take the most damage you can when you break away, but then you get the breakaway after the down 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's just super unfortunate. But Nugi took that 2-0.
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing. I was very impressed by Koenji there.
Yeah, me too. Koenji being a really good, fundamentally good player, just needs to learn more of the frame data and something, you know, just a bit more about character specificity, you know, the variation specifics.
Absolutely.
But
now,
dude, Tyneside.
Yeah.
This is good. This is the first time we have seen a return in the middle of an actual series. Like right now, if Tyneside win this next match between Thamada and Sean, that was so close last time. If Sean makes this comeback, if he actually gets revenge and you know gets the run back against Thamada, then it's gonna be 1-1, and we're gonna go down to the real juicy stuff. Where that's the best way that we could possibly ask for the playoffs to have started. You know.
And, again, as you mentioned earlier, we were actually talking about this and how this could easily be the most back and forth, and it has lived up to the hype. And I feel like every player involved on both sides of the team should be very happy with how they've played so far.
Yeah, but now is not the time to celebrate. You guys want to
Oh,
be putting
no.
all of that aside and just focusing on getting the win right now.
Yep.
Because, I mean, let's be real. If Manchester pull this one back in this set right now, if they start building their momentum and they bring it back, they can win this right here and right now, right? Not in this match, but they can win it with one fell swoop. However, Tyneside only need to win one more, and then momentum is going to be so far in their favor, and I think that's the part where Manchester are going to be sweating because they don't want to be playing the tiebreaker.
Yeah, but
Oh, the
amount
grab.
of really intense, somewhat Rago stuff
No
going on.
punish!
Punish!
That's so unfortunate. No punish on the spin.
For Marta. Ooh.
Oh, punishing
There
the
it
high
is.
that time. Now Sean really has to cut down the amount of strings that he's using, or completing rather, with Kung Lao because they're just not going to work.
Really good stuff there. Oh,
Good
the correct
block.
blocks. Okay, matchup is being learnt slowly
Right.
but surely.
Now there's the confirm.
Oh, no
Tamada
finish.
unable to punish on wake up because he got the breakaway just a tad bit too late. But right now, Tamada has no defensive bar, so Sean needs to work on trying to find an opening, and he has no offensive bar as well, so you really aren't being kept out too much.
Oh, loses one bar of offense for the late teleport as well. Oh, yeah.
He just
No.
jammed the ice cream. That was
Dude.
if he converted that, he would have been a god. Like regardless,
Fight.
you would have been a god.
But no, this has been some
Good challenge. 4-1-3.
incredible matches.
Oh, no, that was perfect for Sean right there. That's what you need. Get 2 bars out of Tamada. He has no breakaway and backing himself slowly into the corner.
Is this the Sean to UK effect? Everyone must break away on the dive kick.
Yeah, gets the breakaway after the auger. Oh, the confirm! Let's go. That 2-1-2-1-2. Jumping
Nice
after the
stuff
block
right
post.
there.
Yeah, really good use of mids from Tamada. Down 3,
three.
gonna check. Oh, the
Oh, the
anti-air!
That was beautiful.
No jumping in my lobby.
Ah.
Oh, Mr.
great
Themosby.
stuff.
Oh, that down 2
That was
on the flip out
excellent
of...
showing from Famata, but you know, Sean to UK, he always puts up a hell of a show in a fight when he's on, man.
Oh, dude, this guy plays like a really good I want to say like a refined Perfect Legend style of how he used to play Mortal Kombat X, where yeah, he does a lot of unsafe stuff. He's okay to dial things in, especially unsafe things that are really high reward on block. You know, there's no shame in just throwing out a string into it like an EX spin on block. But the way that Sean does it is like that style, just slightly more refined in a sense that he's okay with making the risky plays because if they work, they work. They really do pay off. Like he's breaking the idea of how one plays Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
If someone's gonna be like, I'm gonna do a poke and then I'm going to block because I am minus. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're a good player, you're like that's what you should do most of the time. But then Sean's like, you know what? I'm gonna apply some situational randomness to it. I'm gonna press down 1, then I'm just gonna press down 3 and spin you after it, and it works.
If it
like,
works, it works, man.
yeah, it's like what I was seeing on the first attempts between Kerbalicious and Tweedy, where they were playing outtake cage. A lot of pokes into specials all the time because, you know, I mean, it makes sense with outtake cage with Rising Star not having a gap. But
Yeah,
I
why
won't go
not?
into that too much. The next game over here, Tamada's going to have to win this one to bring it to 4-3,
Yeah, but
I think, for the side of the Swarm.
But here's the thing. We've seen Sean play a lot tonight. And obviously, with us commentating, ooh, that was sick. We've been able to pick up on their habits. And Famata definitely loves going to spin and down 1 into spin. And the thing is with Sean, and we've seen Famata now challenge it, is the forward 1 check. And then you go into the forward 1, is it 2? Where he kicks the
4-1-3,
hat? Forward 1-3.
where he bounces the
Yeah,
hat on the
bounces
floor.
the hat,
That has
and
a
then
flawless
goes
block
spin.
gap as well.
Fight.
So we're definitely seeing signs of, you know, your opponents learning about how things work. Ooh, fortunately,
Tamada's just got a really good handle down on when he thinks the opponent is going to be throwing
There it
projectiles.
is. There it
Yeah,
is.
there's that forward 1-3. Gonna just end the combo early is Sean, because probably in respect of the breakaway, but that was really nice. Gonna force the breakaway. Really good, not overextending the offense to leave himself punishable.
Uh-oh. He doesn't go for the side switch, but...
Oh, that's punishable!
Oh,
Oh,
that
the
was-
wake-up spin! That was not the right thing to go for.
That was certainly something quite interesting right there, but now Famata getting close to the Fatal Blow with Sean 2 UK having Fatal Blow locked in. Let's go block too early. Oh, there it is!
Oh, that might kill. That might kill.
I think
Kung Lao's Fatal Blow is pretty chunky. It's the last bit. It's this bit. And that is it. Yep, that's
Yep,
dead.
the
That's
kick.
dead.
All came down to the kick.
I know, that Fatal Blow's hit me way too many times. I hate it.
Thanks,
Because
Foxy.
it's called bike face. You look like you got run over by a bike afterwards.
That's brilliant. Oh,
Gonna
KB,
cash out
beautiful
on the crushing blow,
up three.
punishing the up 3 as well, so there is no bar for Sean to break out of that.
Famata splatted, was putting Sean UK in the corner of a splat.
Nice
Oh.
job not finishing the string this time.
Yep, but oh no, this very brave jump over.
Very brave indeed, trying to get the Z-hat out. Unfortunately, that gimmick is not going to work
Down
with
1
Tamada.
into spin.
Nice
Oh,
challenge.
Down 3.
Oh! That was a big read.
This
Drops the combo.
upset.
Oh!
At this point, definitely, Famata doesn't have as much work to do, but...
Sean could win it. If he plays this right, he could win this. Oh, convert.
Ooh.
Watch out for the fatal blow.
Down three, down three.
Oh, no! What? What happens? No! Not like
Oh!
NetherRealm!
You know, Famata's so happy! He's so happy! And I don't blame him!
My Brian is crying! Why has this happened? That was not. This is becoming even closer than originally anticipated. So now I think that is now 4 on the side of Manchester Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Sorry,
it is 3. But now, okay, so the magical voice of the heavens has told me it is 3. So now 3 for Manchester Swarm taking that one, and dude, there has been some robbery tonight. There has been some absolute robbery.
I need like a minute. I need like a minute.
I need like a week.
And the thing is, this could even be the end of it. Because, like, if Guardians win this, we go to set 3. If, like, if Swarm wins 2, then they've won.
So this is the very, very crucial match, right?
Yes.
Now, Dante Demons gets the run back against Nugi. This is going to be the Cetrion Sonya matchup. I'm pretty sure that anyone who has been watching is expecting to see. Now, I don't think that they actually play any other characters as well as they do play their mains. I wouldn't expect to see anything different. However, Nugi won the first set against Dante Demons, quite narrowly, might I add, in the beginning portion. But then Nugi just steamrolled the last game.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, he's starting it off that way.
We'll have to see how things pan out over here, because if Nugi wins this one, we're going to go into the tiebreakers, and that's going to be the real exciting stuff.
Oh man, I don't know if my body's ready for it. I don't know.
Catches the overhead.
They're doing too many risky options against, I'd say, somewhat simple Sonya.
He was pressing buttons there. That was a counter hit. Nice, confirmed with the 1-1. Oh no! Tried to get the side switch, but manages to find himself back in the corner.
He needs to be smart and get out the corner right now. But
that's punishable! Doesn't get it.
This is where we've been pointing out.
Really late breakaway. I do not agree with that one. Just let the round end, my friend. And save the meter for the next one to get yourself out the corner. This is going to be real rough for Dante now. He has no defensive bars, and Nugi has all the meter as a Ringmaster Sonya in the corner.
Yeah.
Nice.
Teleport out. This is
what so that is step number 1 of Dante Demon's character development arc.
Yes. Boulder.
Nice. Now this is how Dante should be playing. Nugi wising up to it and starting to use the energy rings at just outside of that range.
Oh, no.
But, drops the punish, unfortunately.
Oh, why is that actually keep blocking it down? Because, you know, honestly, Nugi's been very, very much so successful with landing that low, sweet KB. But if Dante Demons can keep up this quality of
I don't
play,
think he needed to spend the bar on that. I think the way down would have actually killed. But not going to matter anyway. The special meter does come back. EX meter does come back by itself, like cooldowns, for basically for the first time ever in Mortal Kombat. And, yeah, Nugi just going to opt to play the zoning game now. I think that is a good idea. Nice block, but no punish from Dante Demons. The 2-1-3 punish is not the thing you want to be doing as well, especially after you've just spent that crushing blow.
Punish, no punish.
Punish that big Nugi into a cancel. He has no defensive bar. Oh, the drop! Again, another opportunity. Nugi cleaning it up right there. Dante Demon's going to find himself in the dustbin. Nugi going to take that 1-0.
Now, here's the thing. We've said it before, we said it again. Dante Demons is making the right decisions, but doing them in the wrong places at the wrong times, and it's not been working out for him. He gave up the KB we saw earlier by just hitting the first part of the string instead of fully committing to it, and it's starting to show. And I can only imagine that, you know, despite us ragging on him, it is all out of the fact that we want to see him start really applying what we've actually been saying. And
Yeah.
hopefully it's not over just yet. But with this being the way it is, a reset is absolutely on the horizon. And with how close Swarm have been to tying things up and finally just finishing things up,
I mean, they need this for their momentum,
They do.
if anything, because right now they are at, even though they have the advantage with the first set win, they aren't in the advantage right now when it comes to player mentality. And I think it's quite clear watching how they play. Nugi right there. Dude, Nugi's playing so confidently the whole time.
is.
It's like not a single time he has lost has deterred him. He's just coming back in, bloodthirsty as ever. And every single time, he plays this very, as I was saying before, this Azerbaijan playstyle of just this relentless Sonya who's going to be pressing a lot of buttons in your face.
Yep,
Look
there
at
it
that!
is.
He just forward rolls into double forward dash and then catches you on the way down.
Drops it. But, at this point, Dante Demons has so much to do and
Oh
gets
my
caught
goodness.
with the knee.
Oh, the S weapon got a whiff though. But yeah, this is now going to be match point for Nugi. This is going to be a really, really important round for Tyneside Guardians if Nugi can clutch this one out.
Yeah, teleports out the corner. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But don't know if I'd go for Oh! That teleported her into the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it caught the Hell's Wrath right on the end.
That is
Grounded crushing blows, right?
very, very much so unfortunate.
Nice geyser.
But Dante Demons needs to maintain this distance, man. Don't go for those hard reads. Go for very, very simple stuff that basically lets you play Cetrion. As dry as a character as she might be, this is what needs to be done. Splat.
Really good adaptation to the Hell's Wrath as well, using the drone. That is very clever. You are shutting down the use of Hell's Wrath, which is a very good full screen option from Cetrion, and a good option in the mid screen.
Whoa.
Nice.
So smart. That's the thing, Dante Demons. He's coming up with these great ideas.
Watch the fatal blow. That's unsafe. Oh no, not the right
Yeah.
punish.
Great stuff from Dante Demons right there. Great decision. If he can consistently keep doing this, he can take it. He
After
can.
that forward, after the string from Cetrion, that was a 1-3-4 into fatal blow for Nugi, but he just didn't get the punish.
Ooh, active frames off that geyser.
Oh, the
Ooh,
overhead.
this aggro style of Nugi is really showing right now.
Down through its wall. Oh, there it is again. Dante Demon's gonna mash down 2 after that one. Finding out Nugi is not gonna punish.
Private player. Just a combo.
Oh, doesn't get the confirm.
This is what Dante Demons needs to do, but this is very scary stuff. If he blocks
Don't
twice
spend it. Good.
wrong.
Don't spend the meter. It's better Oki.
This is getting too close. Fatal blow is it?
Oh, Nugi! You are crazy in all the best ways possible.
My friend.
This is gonna kill.
Wow,
That's it.
That is dead.
Tiebreaker, baby! What a way to start off the plays, right? The playoffs, week number 1. This has been the closest. We called this on the train down here. We were calling this the whole time. We were like, if these two teams play against each other, it's going to be so close because both teams have good players and all the players are good.
Yes, that was very good. So I believe a round of applause is deserved for the Guardians for
I'm gonna give
doing what they
I'm
have.
gonna give one clap.
Wow, it's better than mine.
Big ups, one clap.
But no, that means we are going to a third and final set. And oh my god, the first set, there's been Rago stuff in each set, and now it's getting to the point where it's absolutely do or die. Your team's life is on the line.
Single elimination playoffs, baby. If you lose the team crew battles, you're out. That means all these weeks spent grinding through the group stages to make it out of the group stages, all of that was for seeding so you don't play against the best teams as soon as you come into the playoffs. Right now, Tyneside were the first seed coming out of Group B.
Yeah, no, they've been
they
extremely
won.
dominant.
They won flawlessly. Manchester, on the other hand, were in arguably the most difficult group out of all three, because they also had Clyde Claymores, notable players being Op and Nausea, primarily, but also have very good players such as Lone Wolf, and also the London Lionhearts, who have very notable name, especially in the recent months, video games, followed by other, other prominent UK FGC players like Hollow and previous winners, both Spyware and the Seer. So these are very strong teams, and every one of these teams right now have at least one very solid player, at the very least. but these two teams are so evenly matched. But now we're actually getting to see that. This is like honestly, the most enjoyable way that I think that the playoffs could have started. Because that means that everything right now is really just like, hitting the fan.
Yeah.
We're getting really exhilarating matches. Oh my
that is not
god!
how you want to start things off, but at least the KB's done. It's out the way very, very much so early.
Now this is a straight set. Nugi and Thamada are playing this tiebreaker. They have selected their players, and they are going to go all in. You best believe that the Minnas in the background are going to be hitting their hands up in the sky to give you the energy so you can get that Spirit Bomb for your team.
Absolutely.
This is going to decide who stays in and who progresses forward. Sorry, who stays in and who just, I guess, just stays where you are because you're already home, right?
Yep.
But either way, you do not want to be the team that drops out when you've come this far already. Both players are playing with their team's backs on the line.
Yeah, at this point, unlike before previous, every win counts so much more, and you need it. This could go, I believe, this could be a very much so clean sweep, depending on the adaptation and knowledge from both teams. But
now, I think Nugi also has had enough playtime against Thamada and watching how Frost plays to learn the matchup by now. Nice optimization.
My goodness me!
35% with a heck of a swaggy combo. Thamada doing the work.
Oh, gets the overhead. You are so right about Nugi having shadows of Azerbaijan in his playstyle. Just throwing out the string, fully committed to it.
No fear, right? It's a very effective way of playing Sonya. Oh, very narrowly missing. That's punishable. Oh, no confirm into the fatal blow. That could have killed, but luckily getting that meaty throw. Thamada maybe trying to get a roll and wake up or something. I
think so. I don't think the input actually came out. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, the breakaway!
No, the breakaway's fine. It doesn't knock Nugi back. I think it was intentional. It's all right. It's all right. You keep him close.
Smart stuff. Of course, Nugi being somewhat getting away with murder, catching people with that low sweep all evening.
Back to two spin. Down one spin. That can be challenged. You have to just be ready to challenge it. Yeah, there's the down three challenge. Good stuff from Nugi.
Delayed wake up right there.
Oh, no punish from Thamada.
Overhead. You cannot keep blocking that long against Sonya, man. It's going to catch up to you eventually.
Now, the most suspect fatal blow in the world. He caught the interactable. I think Thamada trying to do maybe an amplified interactable on wake up because it has armor application and it's a throw. Good idea, but Nugi unsuspectingly taking that first game.
And I believe that's the first match Thamada has lost tonight.
Yeah. Thamada has been basically a Frost powerhouse, a fundamentally sound Frost powerhouse this entire evening. But Nugi doing it's like Thamada hasn't dropped a set. He hasn't dropped a set against anyone. But Nugi right now looks like he's really, really trying to make it through. Like, there is so much on the line right now for these players in terms of, just the efforts that it's taken to get here, Just the effort it takes to consistently be playing crew battles every week for starters, and then make it this far into the tournament and you're playing against a team of already established UK players.
That's impressive stuff, man. And it'll only get better from this point onwards. So I'm interested to see how the Swarm...
It's all or nothing, right?
It. Yeah, all or nothing. But better than that. But you can understand that Thamada is probably not too pleased with how things have went.
But if there is anyone that is going to carry Manchester right now, it is going to be Thamada, who has shown us a fantastic Frost this entire evening with really good situational awareness. And Nugi just this explosive Sonya game style of raw mix-ups.
Yeah, I mean, he's been keeping things very, very much so simple. I believe that if Thamada wishes to have this work in his favor, really enforce that keep-away game.
No, the interruption between the back 2-2. Interesting.
I don't know if I agree with this, but it's one more mix-up in the corner.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Maybe Nugi just knows that this gets a lot of damage, because that's a lot of damage already. That's almost 50%.
Yeah, that's almost 50%.
But Thamada has his fatal blow. Watch out. Oh, just one too many.
That's what I'm really worried about Nugi, because he's throwing out these strings, and in some cases, if his opponent's just jumping back, he can actually end up hanging himself.
Yeah, Thamada is jumping back so much because he knows that the advancing strings are coming. So maybe Nugi needs to play a hybrid between, throwing these projectiles and throwing out the strings, because you need to find a good balance in between. Like there, see, that was a really good challenge.
Oh,
Gonna spend
gets
it.
Mr. KB. Beautiful.
Bonk.
Also, you cannot break away from this as Nugi is currently out of breakaway option.
It isn't the worst damage you could take though for a crushing blow. It's only 31%.
But saying that,
answered back, the Mata is cashing out all of the damage that he can get right now at 31% of himself.
that was amazing from Famata right there.
And that round was entirely him. Just had nothing to worry about. So, Nugi may be feeling a tiny bit shaken after that one, but the important thing to do, I don't think it's actually going to happen because Nugi clearly has not shown that anything has been deterring him so far. So, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, just less offensive buttons, like less advancing strings in the neutral because
You hang yourself.
Yeah,
You hang yourself.
Exactly that. Like, you really do put yourself on a plate. You know, you're really just serving yourself to a player like of the Mata's caliber as well, who is going to be punishing you on these things. So, you know, you really do have to be quite restrictive with the options that you are taking, or rather the buttons that you are pressing. You know, don't be throwing out entire strings because you're just going to be really bad on recovery, and you're just asking him to either dive bomb you or back to punish you. So, but Famata has been playing this matchup very well.
Yeah, no, he's definitely. That's the thing with Famata. He's like he's an experienced fighting game player, and we're clearly seeing shades of it now. But saying
Nice
that,
air to air.
beautiful air to air.
But gets the breakaway very early. See, Thamada's too wise to it. You can't be throwing out the takedown and the full string. See, so it's unsafe 50-50s that are coming out from Nugi, and Thamada guessed right twice, and then Nugi is now lost like over half the self bar.
But here's the thing, Famata is out of sticks of defensive meter. He says gets it back, but offensive meter.
Yeah, doesn't have the confirmability into Augur. See,
There's
too risky.
There's the thing, as we've said, he's going to end up hanging himself if he fully commits to it. If you're playing against someone who's experienced, understands spacing, and, you know, can kind of control and make you throw out your buttons and make you, like, recover, you know, you are giving yourself over to Famata.
It's very possible. You just need to. Now is the time you want to be pulling out all your gimmicks and like all of your scrubby tactics, right? Like now is the time you really want to be playing like it's Kombat League because it really does matter.
Please never utter those words again.
Hey, I mean, dude, if it works, right? Like you should be pulling out every single trick in your arsenal. Otherwise, how are you going to open up the Mata? You're relying on say 50-50s, but he's blocked 2 of them and then he's blown you up for them.
Yeah, oh, we'll see down
Gonna
one.
spend it.
Oh,
Press
let's go
buttons
too
too
early.
early.
I have a feeling
See?
Yugi was kind of keeping an eye out to let go of block as soon as possible, go into Fatal Blow, because of course Mods has been going into down 1, into that spin. Maybe he was looking for that, but just let go of block too early, unfortunately, and he paid for it. But, you know, that's... I feel like as these players just keep going against each other, there's going to be more adaptation and learning over the course of time. What was that?
Nothing.
Amazing. But that is the first round going to Swarm as of right now as we are on to our final sets. But, woo.
I mean, like, you know, Tamada's just been a powerhouse.
Yeah.
More than anything. Just a real powerhouse. I think that he's really playing on Nugi's impatience. The desperation to get a big combo, the desperation to find like the opening hit and turn it into something more, but Thamada's just been wise to it.
Yeah.
It's just adaptation, isn't it? It's showing the difference of caliber and player, that even though both are very experienced in playing Mortal Kombat, I do think Nugi can win a set. It's just difficult, you know.
But yeah, no.
But this set is going to keep going, as it is the tiebreaker. So, Thamada cashing out on the crushing blow real early. Nugi does not have the bar to break that.
Keep away. Oh, dive bomb.
And that was beautiful. Just a quick hop into the Ice
free.
Quake. Dude, Thamada's got this now. Like, it seems like he just has this under control. He understands how Nugi wants to play, and he just wants to stop Nugi from playing how he wants to play.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it has been working. Not saying that Nugi's way of playing is very much so one-minded or transparent, but it's just
too unsafe. It's too
starting
unsafe.
to show.
Thamada's guessed right on like the past 4 50-50s as well.
Yeah, and I mean, look at there, look, catch him at the jump, and yeah, this has been.
It's literally just this now.
I think
like
we
Thamada gets the life lead,
Yeah.
and then
I think Nugi may have given up in that respect.
Oh my God! You know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. Tamada, you're a beast.
Man. Man. That was something.
Yeah, dude, this is rough.
Yeah, ooh, beautiful stuff, and of course, a fatality to cap it off. Give me Triborg.
Fatality.
No.
Frost wins.
You know, no, I'll put it like this. Give me Triborg with MKX stuff, and then we. Hey man, would you prefer I say that or Grandmaster that doesn't go away on hit,
I'm fine with Grandmaster. I'm a Kenshi player.
but with no Kenshi?
All right, you want to leave? You want to leave like right now?
You want to go?
Do I-
Okay. But no, that was really fantastic stuff from Famata. Amazing adaptation. Unfortunately, you know, the cracks in Nugi's gameplay started to show, and Famata was like,
Yeah.
Download.
Just like it's just the difference between like I think in the mid screen, Thamada was so aware that Nugi has to get an overhead to actually turn it into more damage. Catching the low into the takedown, it really isn't that much of a factor. Thamada probably fuzzy guarding the overhead as well. But you know, once Nugi went low, Thamada knew that the option after that was the takedown. You can get a full combo punish every time, and Nugi has been hanging himself this whole set, really. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the 50-50s are way too unsafe. Thamada's been punishing them every single time, so you kind of have to, you know, take a step back. You know, if your back 1-2-3 is being punished, maybe do back 1-2s into energy rings and then amplifying it to keep yourself safe. Just minor adaptations like that. Throwing out more drones when the Frost player is using a lot of the Ice Quake, you know, throw close drones or start throwing drones when she's trying to use the arced bomb that she fires out of her chest.
Yeah.
Just minor adaptations and utilizing what your character actually can offer you can go a very long way. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't actually think it's entirely over yet. I believe it's a oh, that is so. That is it. There is the It's yeah, my bad then. It was the first of three. So like, Thamada honestly just controlled that the entire way through. But I want to give a big shout out to everyone on the side of the Tyneside Guardians.
Honestly, I will 110% say this. I was so incredibly impressed, Guardians. You've done yourself an amazing service, especially taking it to the Swarm. So, although you may have lost and, you know, you may not be here anymore, we still appreciate your amazing performance tonight and, you know, really putting on a hell of a show.
I mean, who knows what the future holds, right?
Yeah.
If you want to be competing in Mortal Kombat, I heavily suggest that you just stay on your grind because honestly, like, all of you have come very far since the first season. We want to give a huge shout outs to everyone on the side of Manchester Swarm as well. Both teams and everyone in their respective belong communities and everyone over here as well behind production. We wouldn't be here without them. So we wanted to thank you all for joining us in the first week of the playoffs for Mortal Kombat 11's Arena Clash. We will be back next week with even more exhilarating, brutal action. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.